Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, coming to you live from St. Louis, Missouri at Don Brown Chevrolet. We've been talking about this event for months, and it is here. Yes, look at this beautiful mask I'm wearing. You could buy this today. You could auction, win this today. We are auctioning it off. We have a silent auction going on. And then we will go doing a live auction at 2:30 Central Standard Time. This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, coming to you live from Don Brown Chevrolet. Oh, you guys got to know how excited I am to be here today. Can't get my mic on. I'm so excited. I'm falling apart. This is going to be a fantastic, amazing day, right? We're going to be here from 11 to 3, and we're going to have Blues Alumni here. I got Mike Zuke in the back. Wave your hands, Mike. There we go. We got Mike Zuke in the back, and come meet him. He's got stuff to sign. I got Channel 4 here taking pictures of me. This is just going to be fun. The Yorks are here. My co-host is going to be, let me kind of move her chair over here. I got my co-host, Jordan York, going to join us. If you're out there, share this around. I know Facebook kind of made it hard for me today, but we're going to make this a great event, man. This is our time. You're going to get to come learn about a disease that kills everybody it's inflicted with. There's nothing you can do about it. And not only that, it inflicts some of the most innocent people. Haley was born with a little bit of a heart defect. And at the age of 4, if I remember right, she was diagnosed with this disease called pulmonary hypertension. And pulmonary hypertension is basically high blood pressure of the lungs. And it causes, it's like COPD. It makes it hard for you to breathe. It causes issues with your heart, issues with your vessels. It goes on. And when you're that young, there's no, of the 9 treatments, and I think that number's right, there's only one that's approved for kids, right? Only one. Now, Haley, she got diagnosed at a very young age, and I first came in contact with her when she was about 5 years old, maybe 6. Her dad, Joe, wave your hand for me, buddy. You're standing right behind me. Joe has some blues tattoos, and on my show, I originally showed the tattoo of the game. That was one of my segments. Joe had his tattoo on there, and we started talking, and he's telling me about Haley and all that, and I know Haley watched the show. So Joe calls me on February 12th, and first of all, if you know what February 11th, if you remember that day, the Blues were playing in Anaheim, and in the middle of the first period, the game stopped. And Jay Bomeister went down with a heart attack, or a heart condition, a heart event. And that day, about 2 hours earlier, when Haley's heart event happened, fortunately, Haley didn't survive. What they had been doing once they found out was what they called the Fun Run, Hayes Fun Run, PHUN run. And they'd done it up until she passed. Well, they were going to do it the year after she passed, but COVID came along. So this year, on the 26th, have I got that date right, Joe? The 26th in St. Charles, they're going to do the Fun Run. And I'm going to kind of drop out of my thing for a second. That's kind of that. You can go to stlfanreport.com. You'll see the main flyers. There's more information there. I want to say, I got to get, Jordan, can you come over here and join me for a few minutes? Miss Jordan. Oh man, they're moving all these Corvettes around me, and I got this beautiful, beautiful Jeep to show you guys later, and I can't wait to talk to the owner of it. Today's just going to be fun. We're going to be talking to different people. I know different people are going to show up. Let's just enjoy the day and help raise some money for this fun run so we can end what Haley had to go through. And Haley was a really special, special girl. So I'm waiting for my co-host Jordan. I know she's bouncing around on me. Where are you, Miss Jordan? Right here. You've done this before. Jordan, come on. You've done this before. Sit down there. Mike's hot. Right? I'm pretty sure your mic's hot, so we're good to go. Give me a quick sound check.
Boom.
Yep, you're good. Yep, you can put your headsets on. Now she's acting like she hasn't done this before, but she's actually been on the show before. She is just an amazing, amazing kid. And I call her a kid. She's 18 now, so I don't think she's really a kid. Oh, by the way, on the auction folders, I know you haven't seen them yet, but for the auction folders, I got a unicorn and seashells. Okay, so you good there, girl? Can you hear me now? Oh, you got to pull the mic a little bit closer to you. Okay, so your sister first got diagnosed when she was 5, right? Okay, 3. Okay, 3. So from 3 to 7, and you and your sister had a really, and I mean, for being that age difference, I know kids that are that age difference, like Dane and Gianna back here. If you put them in the ring, only one of them's coming out. But you and your sister weren't like that, were you? Give me a quick sound check. There we go. Try that.
Boom.
There we go. Okay, yeah, I got to speak a little bit closer to the mic. But you and your sister weren't like that, were you?
No.
No. So tell us a little bit about your relationship with Haley and how. I mean, because you're almost double her age, right?
Yeah.
A little bit more. You were like 9, 10 years older than her.
9.
9 years older than her. So, what was she like? Tell us what Hay was like from the big sister perspective.
She was a really bubbly person. She never wanted anybody to get in trouble. She treated everybody exactly the same, no matter who they were, except for a few people she didn't like. But that was rare. The way she showed people that she liked them is she would be mean to them. She liked being a little jerk to people.
A jerk to people? Yeah. The birthday pranks, right?
Yeah.
All right, tell us about the birthday pranks.
She liked doing things and then calling them birthday pranks as a way to justify them, whether it was your birthday or not.
What's the typical birthday prank from you?
With my grandpa, she would take his, after he got paralyzed, she would take his glasses and put them to where he couldn't get to them and then call it a birthday prank.
Did you get mad or did you know what was going on?
He laughed.
He laughed? I mean, so let's talk a little bit about what's going on with the fun run, right? Mm-hmm. So St. Charles, and what park is it at?
Mom.
What park is the fun at? We'll get Haley's aunt here a little bit later to give us more information. But the fun run is in St. Charles on the 26th. You can go to, what's the website? Say again. Lakeside Park. And what's the website? Yeah, it's on pha.com. It's on their events there. And if you search Haley's Legacy for Hay, Hay, you'll find the events. And if you go to Bluenote Fan Report, or STL Fan Report, STLFanReport.com. Go over that way. You also see it there. It's kind of cool. I'm being filmed while I'm filming. So that's just something I've never had before. And I think it's pretty neat. It also makes me feel good because he's using almost the same type of camera I am. So it's kind of fun. We appreciate you coming out. We had dinner this week and we're going to talk a little more about hockey and that and your sister. We have a special guest for you here today, and I know you've already met her. Anola Lynn is back there. Now, Anola has done some really interesting things for you guys, correct?
Yeah.
What did she do for your graduation?
She painted a picture of me and Haley on the beach with my graduation cap decorated for Haley the way I had it decorated.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Now, I went to high school, and I want you to get the thing. I went to high school actually not far from here. My original high school is now in a building down here in Southwest, and I went to grade school over here in the 80s. In 1985, I had a teacher that would always tell us that if you want to be successful, be happy. You can be a hobo as long as you're happy. What is it that your little 6-year-old sister used to tell you?
She would say, "Sissy can be anything you want to be, even a hobo, as long as it's a happy one."
See, now this is a 6-year-old who had figured out the meaning of life. And I'm telling you, she had it. And this family, just an amazing family, and all that they've done. I know you're a little nervous right now, and that's fine. I'll let you go for a little bit, walk around, do some things like that. But you're going to come back, and we're going to really get into the blues in a little while. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So good. Also, so the other thing that we got going is we have some auction stuff going on. Dane, can you bring me the wreath, please? I want to show some of this stuff. And we have a new Blues Alumni member, Joe York, back here. He's number I don't give up. We have this wreath, this beautiful wreath. We're auctioning off. We have a silent auction here. And then for this wreath, I'm going to do this wreath at, let's say 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, I will do a live auction on this wreath through here. So hopefully you guys will share this out, get more people watching, and we'll go from there. Dane, put that over there, and then bring me the hat. All right, bring me the hat, buddy. And I got to be mad at Facebook. This is the wrong time for them to take something that I say to someone all the time and say it was different. I have this beautiful hat. Now you look at it, and I know you can't see everything. It's got Glenn Hall's signature. It's got Mike Liut's signature on it. It's got Ed Stanowski's signature on it, and a whole bunch of others. We're going to do silent auction off on this one. This one, we're going to go at 1 o'clock. Then at 2:30 is the big one. At 2:30, we're going to auction off this guy. This is a replica of Ed Stanowski's mask. Now, it's not signed at the moment, but it will be. This is going to be signed. Ed is going to sign it for us after we auction off. We'll send it to him. He'll sign it, take a picture, and then we'll send it to you. So trust me, this is going to be a signed mask. Yes, sir. Okay, sit down, bud. So let me introduce you, Mr. Dane LaGrasso. Dane is a big fan of mine, watches the show all the time. What do you got, buddy?
So I'm going to ask the question, why did we choose Don Brown Chevrolet?
Why did we choose? That is a great question. Now I got to ask you, did you come up with that on your own, or one of these guys put you up with it? See, that's really good. Tom Fignetti, are you around? Where's Mr. Tom Fignetti? Can someone get a hold of Tom Fignetti, please? There he is. Come on up, Tom. All right. So, Tom, let me give you this mic here. Hold on a second. So, Mr. Dane here has a question for you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dane.
Why did we choose Don Brown Chevrolet?
Why wouldn't we choose Don Brown Chevrolet? It's on the entrance to the hill. We're really happy to do this with the York family, and Guy is a big part of it. And he came to me with this opportunity, and we couldn't refuse not to do it. So hope that answers your question, buddy.
Okay. Thanks, Tom. We'll
You're
get
welcome.
you a little bit
No
later.
problem. Thank
So
you.
no, and that's kind of how it went out. So when I planned this trip, I was looking for. So the Yorks and me have been connected for a while, and after Haley's passed, I've done a few things for them, trying to help them out. And I know what it's like to go through something like that, not losing a child, but losing somebody very close to you at a very young age. And I see Jess's posts all the time, and I knew she needed something special. So they had wanted me to come to the fun run, which is in September, and I couldn't do it, right? I just couldn't swing a second trip out here. This trip was costing enough, and I trying to promote the business and all that. So I figured I needed to do something for them to help promote that event. So this here was my idea. What do you think?
That is a great idea.
Great idea. And this is a great place. Now, I was born and raised in Maryland Heights, but I spent a lot of my teenage years in this area, right? I went to school right around the block here at Wade. It was Wade Elementary at the time. Went to Cleveland High School, which is not that far away. Now at Southwest here. And for all those you out there, I know this is going to be the last year of the program. If there was any way to save that program, you guys should try and save the NJROTC program, because what it does for kids, what it did for me, it is amazing. You know, you can take the boy out of St. Louis, but you'll never take the St. Louis out of the boy. I left this town in 1987 when I joined the Navy, and I haven't come back to live, but I always come back. Right? I think it was Bon Jovi's song, "Who Says You Can't Go Back?" And he's absolutely right, because you can go back, because you don't take your roots away. And this is a special place for me. Coming here to St. Louis and doing this for the Yorks, and then the alumni that I've got to meet here recently. Has this been crazy? And I know he's not here yet, but there's an alumni member who's done a few things for me that have just been great, and I can't wait to talk to him about it. And then I think it's where are we at? I'm trying to keep an eye on my time too. So here at 11:30 St. Louis time, we're going to bring up Mike Zuke. Now, Mike Zuke spent 5 years playing in St. Louis, right? Not a lot of time, really. You don't think about it. He went to Hartford, and as soon as his career was over, he came right back here. He put down roots. He loves this place. And Daner, I want you to go stand right in front of here for, right?
And I'm gonna say something. And if you do live in St. Louis, I do recommend coming here to the Hill.
Yep, there you go, buddy. So stand here in front of the camera. Okay, right there. Turn on the face the camera. No, face the camera. There you go. So you see that great T-shirt he's wearing? Turn around, bud. That is the Hawaii Blues fan STL fan report T-shirt. Come down. We're selling those. This is the first time that you can get them. We've had them on our website. Listen, I've just seen them today. I know we switched them a little bit. Dane's modeling one for me. How are they, Dane? Are they good? Come back over here, buddy.
Yes, I do enjoy them, but they're a little bit. It's a little too thick for this heat, but when it's a little bit cooler outside, it'll be perfect.
Well, you know what? As you start sweating, that's going to wick that sweat away, and it's going to make it really cool, actually. So as you actually, that's one of them shirts you want to sweat in, because it makes you cooler, because it pulls the sweat away from your body, and then it evaporates, right? So thanks for joining me for a little bit. We'll bring you back later, okay? Thanks, Dane. So what have we got going on here? Let's talk about the event itself. First of all, Don Brown, thank you so much. Mr. Brown, I know I haven't met you yet. I don't know if you can hear this, but thank you for opening up your lot, moving things around. I know you put some money into this. I really appreciate what you've done for the Bluenote Fan Report, for STL Fan Report, for the York family, and to make this event. We have some special guests and some special things going on here. To my right, you can't see it on camera yet. We'll kind of work on that a little later. We have a Nola Lynn. Nola Lynn is a local self-taught painter. Paints all kinds of things. She paints blues paintings. Has a couple signed paintings that are for sale. Part of the proceeds are going to go to Hayes event, our Hayes Fun Run, the PH Association. Come down and check that out. And I want to bring up my other special guest. Can I get the puppy lady to come up? Now I'm a vet, and I deal with I deal with a lot of different types of issues, you know, the mental things and things like that. And one of the things that has gotten very, very big lately is service dogs. Yet it's really hard to get service dogs. We have a corporation here doing vets. We have an outlet here that is sponsors or trains dogs, service dogs for veterans. So you can come out here. They're going to have one or two of the dogs out here in the afternoon. But it's a good time to learn about this and understand how great these animals are and what they do for us. I hope she's still around. Right? Oh, great fun event. I got all kinds of people setting up here for me. Okay, so I got her coming up. And I'm sorry, with the 94 million things going through my mind right now. This side, ma'am. There we go. Okay. So what's your name?
Christina Kimberly.
Christina Kimberly. And who are you here with?
I'm the executive director at Dogs for Our Brave.
Dogs for Our Brave. Now, first of all, let me say this. I am a vet. I'm a disabled vet. And if my owner, my condo wasn't such a, I'd have one. But tell us what you, how this process goes about and what you guys do.
So we pull rescue dogs and train them to be service dogs, mobility, and psychiatric services for wounded veterans.
Right. So I've been in a couple of incidences where even just not a service dog, where a dog will recognize when I'm having an event or having an episode. What is it in the dogs that they recognize that someone's having these episodes, even an untrained one?
So it's usually some cues that they're doing something a little bit different. So for our training specifically, we find out what are the triggers and the cues for the veterans if they're going to have an episode. So sometimes they're just going to like rub their beard or they flick their nails. It could be very small things, but we teach the dogs to recognize that. Otherwise, they also recognize your blood pressure changes, that you're starting to breathe heavier and differently. Maybe you go down to the ground in a fetal position, and they know that's not really normal.
I think it's great. No, I've been around service dogs a lot because a lot of my friends have them and that. When you're with the service dog now, I know some people don't want you to pet a service dog. Some do. What is it with that? With the service dog, not being petted, or what is that? What causes that, or what is the reason behind that?
So if somebody is petting a service dog, then the service dog is not paying attention to their person.
Oh, okay.
And if they're not paying attention to their person, they're not working.
Okay.
And so if they go into an episode or they have a fall or something, they drop something, and the dog is paying attention to something else, it's not doing its job. So when they have that vest on, it's time to work. Just like when we put our uniforms on for work, we got to pay attention.
Oh, I mean, that is cool. Now, I know you were checking on it. Are we going to be able to get a couple of dogs out here later?
There will be some service dogs that come through throughout the day. We have to kind of keep the public training outside a little bit short during the summertime because it is so hot, but they will be dogs throughout the day.
What do you think I'm going to be able to get one to come on camera with me?
Probably.
Oh, that'll be great. That'll be great. Now I know you're going to have to leave early, but thank you so much for coming out.
Absolutely.
Right, and this is a lot of fun. And again, I know we lost communication due to my broken eye and my travels, but you were here for us, and we really appreciate this. And this is, for me, it's not just the Haley, it's the veteran part of it, because especially now in the real world situation, you don't understand. A lot of people don't understand what goes on in our minds. And it's not, sometimes it's pretty, sometimes it's not. But it's really great that we have this capacity to do this. And now, is there a cost to the veteran for these?
There is no cost to our program. There's no application fee, no placement fee. And then we actually will continue to pay all the dog's expenses for life. So they don't have to buy food. They don't have to pay the vet bill, the grooming. If their equipment breaks, if they need a new vest, we will pay for all of that for the life of the dog.
Now that right there is reason enough to Dogs for Our Brave. What's your website?
www.dfob.org.
Right. Check them out. That's how I found them. I just kind of did a search, service dogs in St. Louis, and they jumped. When I brought this up, you guys jumped at the chance to do this, and I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. You've got your booth back there, and we'll try and get one of your trainers up later when they come.
Awesome. Thanks for having us.
Thanks. Oh, no problem. Thank you so much. Well, this is what we're doing at Don Brown today. So get us out. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is your time to share this out on Facebook, on Twitter, on anywhere you can. Let people know what we're doing here at Don Brown Chevrolet today. Come out, enjoy some good food. And that's kind of the next thing. We've got rock star tacos out here. And for them, this is probably an interesting day, considering that the Rolling Stones drummer, whose name just passes me, happened to just pass. They named their tacos after rock bands and rock stars and things like that. Really interesting, really fun. You know what? Let me try something. I'm going to see if I can make something happen here for you guys real quick. So stand by and let's see if we can get a rock star taco. Okay, so I have never done this, so I'm going to try and do it anyways. my new equipment that I've gotten, some rental equipment. We're going to see if I can turn the camera here a little bit over towards Rockstar. There's Rockstar there. Let me kind of zoom in and pop up. There we go. Okay, there we go. That is Rockstar Tacos. So let's go over and talk to Rockstar Tacos. Hey guys, how you doing today? How you guys doing today? Awesome. Right, I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and I want to thank you guys for coming out and supporting this event. Really great. So what is your special?
Tacos.
Okay, what kind of tacos you have?
We have al pastor, chicken, and beef tacos today.
Can I get 2 beef tacos?
2 beef tacos coming up.
2 beef tacos. And you can bill me for it later, okay? I'm having a little trouble getting to my wallet at the moment, but we'll get you. These guys are great. Check them out. I know that you're opening up a brick and mortar here in the Hill. Is that correct? Right? Where's that going to be at?
Gaslight Studios.
Gaslight Studios, just down the street. So when you need a car, you come to Don Brown, you get a car, you get hungry, and then you go to Rockstar Tacos and get a taco. They're hooking me up with a taco. Dana here's going to bring it over to me. You got me, buddy? And this is, come check out Rockstar Tacos, and then look at this beauty. This is what started it all. If you guys don't really understand, we'll kind of get into it a little later, but this, yeah, you want to put them by my table, bud? This beauty that I'm standing next to is what started everything. This is my relationship with Tom, started with this guy right here, and we'll talk about it. I think the owner is still around. Is the owner of this beautiful vehicle around? No, he's not here right now. We'll kind of get him later, but it's great. I'll get Tom up to talk about this thing. It's not a Don Brown one, but we wouldn't be here without this beautiful vehicle. Is that correct? Right. So we'll talk about that. We've got the different booths here. I've got Liberty Mutual and Safeco Insurance here. Hi, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. I know you guys can't all see me on camera yet. We've got my booth over here. Check that out. Got some great reefs. We'll kind of see if I can kind of turn my camera a little bit, give you guys a little bit better picture. Dot, 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 dot. So I got Dogs for the Brave. Right back, there we go. Dogs for the Brave, right back over there. And then just a little bit more that way. The other cameraman is Enola Linden Paintings. Come check it out. This is just a fun day for everybody involved. And here's the other thing. Now you get to hear me talk for 4 hours. You're probably going, why would we want that? Well, if you're a fan of the Bluenote Fan Report, you know exactly why, because I can talk and talk and talk, and we can have a great time. We are going to get into the sports a little bit later. We'll get into the Blues. We'll get into the Cardinals a little bit. That's right. I talk Cardinals. Yes, sir. Okay, I got Mr. Dane here. He wants to tell us a joke. So stand by as we got Dane the Joke Man. Go ahead, Daner.
So yesterday I went to geometry class and I was tired. I guess you could say I was out of shape.
Oh, come on. That's a dad joke. Dad joke.
You're laughing. And why did the Headless Horseman get a job?
Because he wanted to get ahead.
Get ahead of life.
You know what you're gonna get, Daner? You're gonna get one of these. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. Okay, so thanks to Dane. I'll talk to you guys later. Bubba Carlson just stopped in saying hi, Guy. I wish I could get this on YouTube, and I'm mad that YouTube's not being nice, and I can't see any comments on YouTube. I do apologize about that. I wish I could. I wish I could do so much more. I'm sorry. Just come on down or give me you can also message me. So that's what we will do. You can message me on Facebook. If you know me, you know my name, Guy Bensing. Message me there, and I'll keep an eye on the messages, and we'll go from there. So let's just have a good time today. And do forgive me if I drink some water while we're going along. It is like, and if you come out here, make sure you hydrate. It is hot, but it's fun. Now I'm getting some wind. As soon as I say it's hot, somebody gives me. Forgive me while I take a drink. So let's get it. So while we're doing all this, let's start talking about what's going on in the sports world. It's about that time, right? The biggest question on everybody's mind is Tereshchenko. Where is Tereshchenko going to go? Tereshchenko. The whole Tereshchenko issue is that for me. I've been asking about it, and I get the same answers that everybody gets. But I'll tell you what, right now, I just don't see Tereshchenko going anywhere. I think that there's some issues there that haven't been completely discussed. But let's just say that I'm pretty sure that Tereshchenko isn't going to be going out there. And guys, for some reason I'm not seeing Facebook comments. I wish I could. I'm not sure what's going on. I can see YouTube comments, and I can see YouTube comments, and I can also see Twitter comments if you're on Twitter, but I'm not seeing YouTube. And I was worried about this when Facebook decided to use their logarithm and knock me out. So you know what? One of the easiest ways to get a hold of me is on Twitter. Search for STL Fan Report, the Bluenote Report, or Hawaii Blues Fan, and you're going to find. It's actually Hawaii STL Blues Fan. You're going to find me out there and find the show. You can comment there. You can comment on YouTube. Share it around. Call your friends. Call everybody, and let's make this happen. I'm going to be bringing up Mr. Mike Zuke here in a moment. Mike is just a wonderful, wonderful man. Mike played for the Blues back when the Blues weren't very good, but he was good. He knew how to handle a puck, knew how to put it in the net, and he was just absolutely awesome on the power play. And then one other thing I got here that I'm going to get him to do on camera. That is my game worn Mike Hoffman jersey. I got some markers somewhere. I'll have someone kind of look for them for me. I want you guys. I'm gonna get as many alumni that come out today to sign that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, one thing I'm going to do, and I normally don't eat on the show, but I'm going to take a bite of this Rockstar Tacos and tell you how it is, and if they're worth coming down here. So stand by. Here we go. I got a Rockstar Taco right here. Ooh. Oh, man, this thing looks good. Wow. That's a taco. Oh, I mean it. That is a taco. You got, well, wow. Wow. That is absolutely amazing. Now, if you come out here to Don Brown, there's one thing that we got going on. We got a special little thick thing going on. You got to check out. We have stationed around the lot some boards of hay. And you can go out and meet Haley in all her glory and what she was and how she reacted in pictures and that. And then we have some boards that you can sign and talk to and get with. So please come on out, join us down here, call your friends, or better yet, call a radio station. Tell the radio station they need to call in. Yes, sir. Okay. You know what, guys? Give me just a moment. I'm going to give you my. We're gonna go to the Rockstar, or not to the Rockstar. I'm going to go ahead and put my one of my promos up here real quick. so I can handle something, and then we will go from there. So stand by. I will be right back. What would the Bluenote fan report be without a technical difficulty? You know, that's just how it goes on live shows like this, and trying to get it on. You know what? Make sure you guys follow this out, share it out. Let's get down to Don Brown.
It would not be the Bluenote fan report without technical difficulties.
Even the 9-year-old knows it. It's a good show, though, right? Now, I know you're new to hockey. You've been following hockey for a couple of years now.
Yes.
Who's your favorite player, Dane?
O'Reilly.
O'Reilly. Why is O'Reilly your favorite player?
I've been, ever since my mom showed me hockey, I was probably at least 4 when she first showed me hockey, and that was the first player, and it was one of the best players, and my mom was called him out, and I was like, I thought that name sounded familiar, but
We know why you like it. Come on, just do it. Do it. We know why you like him. Do it.
do it.
Oh, O'Reilly Auto Parts. That's right. Thank you so much, Dana. I'll talk to you a little bit later, buddy. Okay. Have a good time. Okay, so I know my comments aren't working great, and I'll try and keep up my comments on. You can get a hold of me. On Messenger if you've got me there. You can share the show out. Take it, just from Facebook or from YouTube. You can share the show out. I'm trying to do it, but it's kind of hard when you're doing 13. But hey, that's what it's all about when you're doing a live radio show. I will say this. There's some people, some fans of mine that now really understand what it takes to put on one of these shows, right? Some people don't get it, They think I just sit in front of a mic. And while I'm doing that, I actually forgot Rob. Let's see if I can get a hold of Rob. Let me see if I can get Rob on here while I'm doing this. So, people think you just hop on the mic. And I wish it was that easy. It doesn't even get close to being that easy. It's there's a lot of setup, a lot of prep work. A lot goes into it, and that's all there. That's what it is. And when you do this, it can be hard. It can be hard to get a show together. This event here, we've been planning it for months. And when you plan an event like this, sometimes you just don't realize you don't know what you don't know. And I've been dealing with that today some. Dealing with that a little bit today. But, hey, that's what we all do with, But I'm seeing the people here at Don Brown, and that's just great. Where is Rob? There we go. Let's see if I can get a hold of him. He hadn't called me. So... Okay, so I'm not going to send a link to Rob. Maybe Rob will hop on. Yeah, and then I got the time difference messed up, so I didn't get that put on right. But hey, this is all part of it. We do the best we can. We go with what we got, and we have fun today. We just plain and simple have fun. check us out on YouTube, on Facebook, or on Twitter. I know E Guido, EZEIDO. He shared it out. You can friend him. He'll love if you friend him, and we'll get it to you out here. Come out, yes, join us, and let's talk all about Hayes Legacy Day and some Blues hockey. Yeah, I know I'm funny, right? So anybody who's out there, if you want to call in or ask a question, let me know as we continue on. Oh wow. So one thing I want to do real quick, and I don't get into politics on here, but you know, recently the area of Winterville lost a Marine. Got the stuff in Afghanistan, and I just want to say, you know, I a moment of silence for him. Thank you so much to the family. I know how hard. I know what you're going through. I've lost a lot of shipmates to different things. It's hard, you know. We see it, the politics of it all the time. We don't see the other side of it. You know, when we're out there, we do our job. When I was out there, I did my job, and that was what was just important. So, what do you say we bring up the original number 21? Might be inside right now. Let's see if I can get him to come up. Hey, Mr. 21, can we get you up here? Can somebody get Mr. 21? He's in the inside right now. Right, I want to get him up here shortly. We'll try and get Mike up here, and we'll talk to Mike a little bit. We'll get him up. He's one of the alumni that's here at the moment, and I know there's more that are coming. Got to tell you, that's a good taco.
Man of the half hour.
Say again?
The man of the half hour.
Yeah, man, a half hour and 15 minutes late. Yeah, you can go ahead. That'll help you hear me a little bit better.
Front and back?
No. No. Got it?
I got it. I can hear you.
Oh, yeah, and I can hear you really good. So, first of all, Mike, let me say thank you. And you know, we had dinner the other night. It was a pleasure to finally meet you in person. You are an outstanding person.
I appreciate it.
I think that, man, I'm Campbell, right? Huh? Oh, Reed. I'm sorry, Reed. Man, hey, Reed, you got to give me a little bit for being out in the sun. So I got Reload here. Look at that. So we'll get Reed up next. I know Soup's coming. First of all, Mike, I got to thank you, man. You have been, since I reached out to you on Facebook about a year and a half ago, you've just been an amazing friend.
Oh, I appreciate anybody that supports the Blues. Obviously, your background is something to be admired. Anything I can do to help.
And I really do appreciate it. And he also has his own company that does T-shirts, and you did my T-shirts.
Right?
They're hot. I'm sorry. They're better than I expected.
Oh, good.
And we had, even with the issues we had, you didn't give up on me. You kept working with me, and they're here. They're beautiful, man. $20. That's not a bad deal for one of them shirts. Right? Not bad at all. I know Dane's modeling one. Come check him out. Mike does some other things now. The other thing that Mike got for me, and I gotta thank him a lot for this, is this cup. I know you can't completely see it. It's a Yeti Style Cup, not a Yeti, but a Yeti Style, correct? And it's got Bobby's signature on it. It's got the Alumni 5. We're selling these for $30, and part of the proceeds are going to the Hay event, right? So, and actually, part of the proceeds from everything I do is going to end up going to Hay, right? So, and I know you've cut me, you know, a nice deal to make this happen. So, I want to say thank you. So, let's get into the Blues a little bit. I know the day and all of that, But what do you expect for this season? I mean, what are you thinking?
I have a lot of confidence in not only the team, but I have a lot of confidence in Berube and a lot of confidence in Doug Armstrong. I mean, he helped build the team that won the cup. He's done
A little closer on the mic, bud.
Yeah, he's done a tremendous job over the years, and I think he's got a plan. I mean, unfortunately, we missed our window with the team that we had.
Yeah.
We had you only have 2 or 3 years with the salary cap and everything. He retooled. We still have a lot of good players that were there before, but he's retooled. I like the signing of the guy to New York.
Oh, Bruce Davis?
Yeah, I love that signing. He let a couple of guys go. I hate to see Schwartz go, but it's like a Bacchus deal almost. You can't overpay for long term, and he just decided we need to use that money for something else.
Well, okay. Now you said something that I kind of don't agree with.
Okay.
And when it comes down to it, I think I'm getting a little feedback. Drop my mic a little bit. There we go. Oh, there we go. Much better. Okay, so you have this confidence in Berube that I've lost, right?
Yeah.
And I say I lost it, and it something came out this week that really solidified it for me, and it was the Jaden Schwartz issues, right? Jaden Schwartz did an interview with Jeremy Rutherford,
right,
and he had said mentally I wasn't there, that I couldn't. That he lost his father.
Yep.
COVID. There was some other stuff.
Right.
So, coach has got to know that, right? That this guy's not there. Why send him out night after night? Got other guys on the bench that could play just as well. And you know what I'm saying? I know how his style, what his level was, but he wasn't playing at that level.
Right.
Maybe sitting him on the bench for a couple of days or give him a couple of days off.
I read the story. I don't know if Berube would know. I mean, mentally, he might have felt that. I always liked Schwartz's game. I mean, even though he was streaky, I mean, he's got a lot of energy, a great forechecker. When he wasn't scoring, he made things happen. And he wasn't a liability defensively. So were there better players that he could put out there? I don't know. I know I liked Schwartz, and Berube, when he lost, what's his name? The Swede, the forward.
Say again.
The Swedish forward.
Sundqvist.
Yeah, when he lost him, that hurt the team.
The Sundqvist issue was pretty big. I do, and I've actually seen Sonny out skating.
Yeah.
Right, but he's not in pads yet. He was working yesterday with trainer for the Blues, and I can't. Ray Burley. Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't. He was working with Ray, and he looked good, but he's not in pads yet. So that's kind of, to me, a little bit of a concern.
Yeah, they're just taking it easy. You don't have to go hard now. Give his body as much time as possible to heal.
But I also give him credit for being out there with the rest of the guys.
Oh, sure.
Playing that coach role, helping out, getting it together. Yeah. I really like that style of him. The other thing that I look at right now, and I understand where Berube's coming from somewhat, but his defensive style is the game has shifted, and it does this every couple of years. It'll go defense, and it shifts to offense. Goes defense, and then it shifts to offense. Right? Well, after we won the cup, you would think it would shift to defense, and it didn't. It shifted right back to offense, and we're trying to play a defensive game in an offensive style, and to me, it's not working.
It's my turn to disagree.
Okay.
You don't win the cup unless you have a real good defensive.
That is true.
And you got to build from that. And when you're not scoring, which we've had problems with, we had problems scoring on the power play. You've got to shore up your defense to keep the games close, to keep the game low scoring, and hope you get your offense going. And you look time and time again, team after team after team. If you don't have good defense, you're not winning. And that was part of our problem over the last 2 years. I mean, you got to remember, we were as good a team right after we won the cup until COVID hit.
Yeah.
We were right up there.
We were the number 2 team in the league.
Yeah, we were right there. We had a Stanley Cup team.
Yep.
And it's hard once you win the cup to continue that.
Yeah,
especially
I get
in
that.
the regular season. And with a few changes, losing Bomeister hurt, the injuries, and then this year losing Pietrangelo, it really sets you back.
Yeah.
And they're trying to build it. Obviously, we've got a new kid coming in, the college Hobie Baker Award.
Prunovich.
Yeah.
I've seen him out there.
He could be dynamic. He's not going to be a Makar, but
yeah,
Hobie Baker Award winners tend to be pretty good.
Yeah. Well, also Neighbors has been practicing his butt off.
Oh, has he? Okay.
Oh yeah. He the other day he was practicing with Neighbors, and one of the guy he was wearing 53, but I didn't know the number, so I didn't know the face. But they practiced for an hour and a half, or they went and did the NHL practice.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so they practiced with the coach for an hour and a half. They were all over, and then they brought all three did the NHL practice. Yeah, NHLers were out just doing not a sanctioned, I don't want to say sanctioned, but official practice. So they're out there skating on their own, doing drills and things like that.
The team can't, because of the NHL PA and the rules, the team can't rent them ice, can't give them ice. They can rehab with the team, but they can't do anything official with the team until a certain date.
Well, they've got some great ice out there in Maryland Heights, don't they?
Oh, yeah. That's a great place.
Right? And then I've been lucky enough to be invited into your guys' alumni suite. Oh, my goodness.
That's better than any NHL locker room I ever.
Oh, my. First of all, they've got the plaque on the door that says it's a privilege.
Yeah.
Right? And the first thing on there was broken bones. So I'm going, I think I earned that. Kelly, I think I earned that. Bruce invited me in, and I fangirled it. I'm sorry, I fangirled it for a little bit. The second time I didn't so much, but it was so nice to be in there, and that's where I got to meet the Kachuk boys. Right, great kids.
Yeah,
right, really, really good kids. Now I'm going to start with some of the hard questions.
All right.
Best team you played for?
NHL, right?
NHL
would have been the 80-81 Blues.
80-81 Blues. Okay.
Second overall, had 10, 20 goal scorers.
Yeah.
Everybody had a career year, and we had a great year. We should have ended up first place, but we ended up behind the Islanders by a point.
Yeah, and then you end up losing to the Rangers in the second round, right? Because that was kind of the weird where they did the 16 and then there was no conferences.
It was 2 against 15. We ended up playing Pittsburgh. Went to double overtime, game 5, and then beat them, and then the Rangers. Unfortunately, we didn't have a tough team. Our defense wasn't as tough as other teams that won.
Now, the other thing is you don't have an NHL ring, but you do have a ring, right?
I have a Blues ring.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm talking about.
Blue ring.
AA?
What? I'm sorry.
NCAA?
Oh, yeah. We won our Michigan Tech team where I went to college, won an NCAA championship, actually here in St. Louis.
Yep.
So it's pretty eventful.
Yeah. Now, who's the career goal scorer for Michigan Tech?
Yeah, I've got a few
records. He's being humble here. This man knew how to put the puck in the net. And there's a video on YouTube, and it's one of like 2 or 3 that I found of him on the power play. And you just knew where to put that puck. I mean, you lasered that puck into the net.
Well, I was actually looking for Brian Sutter in front.
Sutter in front. There you go.
Brian was always, and I had a good shot, a fairly good wrist shot, and an okay slap shot, but I wasn't going to score from the point. I wasn't an Al McGinnis. So all I did was look towards the front of the net, and Brian Sutter was always standing there. He'd either tip it, screen, or get the rebound. So that's all I did. And that one, I think I know what you mean because there's not many of those. But I think Brian was screening the guy.
Screening the guy, yeah. And well, not only that, but also had one of the greatest 70s mustaches I've seen in a long time.
Well, take a look at all of us. I mean, it just happens you know me and you see my pictures. Yeah. They were everywhere.
Yeah.
They were everywhere.
Yeah, I know, man. So we're still getting dinner next week, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We're gonna have some more fun. Mike, thank you so much. I know you're gonna sit around here today and sign autographs and that. I thank you. He's helped with the shirts. Come out, buy the shirts, help me pay him. I owe him a ton now. But come out, help Haley's event. Mike, thank you so much, man. I'll talk to you later, my friend. Bye now. Well, guys, that's Mike Zuke joining me on the Bluenote Fan Report and the St. Louis Fan Report here at Don Brown Chevrolet at the entrance to the hill. I got to tell you, man, I got that commercial running through my head. I'm down to Don Brown Chevrolet at the entrance to the hill. You know, from the 80s, I can remember that commercial. And the building right over here has got like the sign on it that says the hill or entrance to the hill right here. So this is the place to come. And we're having a good time out here. Reed Lowe just showed up a little bit ago. He promised me he'd be here. He's here. I know there's a few others. I'm not sure who else is behind me. So if you guys do show up, let me know, and we'll kind of go from there. I know Haley's actually, there's somebody here that I really want to talk to, right? Haley's cousin is a cool little dude. And unfortunately, my mind just slipped me. I can't remember. Leo, right? Hey, Leo, are you around, buddy? Hey, Leo, let me see if I can get the other mic so he can hear me. Hey, Leo, are you around, buddy? Leo. Where you at, Leo? I know I seen him earlier. Are you around, Leo? Leo, would you like to join me? Could you want to join me for a little bit? Come on. Put those on, bud. Can you hear me okay, Leo? Right? Okay. Can you speak right up into the mic?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to move your chair a little bit. So, what's your name, bud? Leo, and how are you related to Haley?
I am her cousin.
You're her cousin, right? So your mom and Haley's mom are sisters, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you just did something really cool. You drew a picture for Hay, right? I seen something on the Legacy for Hay that you were holding a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that?
I don't really know.
You don't remember. So Leo's kind of an artist, and he had drawn a picture. And if you donate, you buy this picture, donate an extra $5, you're going to get a copy of that picture. If I remember, is that what it is? Okay. For $5, they're going to give you a copy of this picture. It's really pretty cool. I see Leo all the time on Hayes' page and that, and I know, and I thank you for coming on, Leo. And if that picture's around and if you got it here, bring it and we'll show it on camera, okay? Well, also we got the color. You can go back there and color pictures for Hay too, right? Right. We got the coloring area and we got the bags area, and then we got the dogs coming. Are you excited about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the service dogs. You know, you got to be careful with them. You got to ask them if it's okay to pet, right? Because they're working dogs. They're not just regular pets. They got to ask, so you got to let them do. Okay, Leo, thank you so much. We'll talk to you later. Okay, buddy? Fist bump? There we go. Thank you. That was Leo, Haley's cousin. He did a great job. Thank you so much, Leo. We're out here at Don Brown Chevrolet having a great time. 12 o'clock. It is getting close to time to auction off one of these things. Now, I don't have a lot of people watching me, so I'm going to kind of hold off on the auctions until a little later. But come on down here. Check them out. I'm going to look and see if anybody's bid on them yet. Let's see where we're at on the bid. Stand by. One, two. Okay, here we go. So, oh, wow. For the mask, we have a $500 bid. So the mask is at $500. Nobody's bid on the hat yet, and nobody's bid on the reef. So come on, check these out. Bid on them. The proceeds are going to Haley. The mask right now is at $500, and that's a good deal right now. This is a absolute replica of Ed Stanowski's mask, and actually I had Mike Zuke out. Yes, sir. Oh no. So check it out, man. Yep. This was done for me. This is the original mask he wore. If you've seen the mask that's got the teardrop in it, he told me the story about that, and it's actually kind of cool. So when they were painting this one, a drop of paint fell inside it, and it looked like a teardrop. So he told the guy, "Oh, you know what happened that with the teardrop?" So the guy turned around and put the teardrop right there. He didn't get the picture of the teardrop, so he didn't put it on there. I know if someone wanted that teardrop put on, we could probably do that for you. Now, it's not signed at the moment, but it will be. Ed has already promised me that we'll sign it. We were hoping to get it to him ahead of time. Unfortunately, supply chains made that hard. So check that out. We've got the hat here signed by Glenn Hall. I think that's the signature that makes it worth it all. By Glenn Hall, Mike Liute, Ed Sinowski, and others, and then the Reef. So all the proceeds for these are going to Hayes Legacy Day. So please check them out, and I'm going to try and do the best to auction them off. So right now, the bid on the mask is $500. Right? I'm really happy with that. This is a great place we're at right now. You know what? Let me go ahead and kind of see if I can zoom in on this Jeep a little bit. I want to talk about this Jeep. Yes, I know I'm at a Chevy dealer, but this Jeep is important, right? I'm going to kind of get Tom to come up and talk to me about this Jeep. Say again? I thought somebody called my name. Okay. So I'm over here at the Jeep. This Jeep okay, here we go. Well, there we go. You never know how sound's going to go. My wireless mic has decided to die on me. Give me a moment, guys. I'm going to try and do something here real quick. Okay. Okay, I think I got this kind of working a little bit. Right now, we got a neat thing going on right back here behind me. I'm kind of zoom in on it a little bit. Now, I don't have the mic cord I wish I had, and my wireless mic died on me, and I don't think I got the power supply for it. I'm good. So, right behind me, I have Mr. Reed Lowe, Mr. Bruce Affleck, Mike Zuke, and Don Brown. So, guys, wave for me. Right? Yep. Oh, they're doing business with Don. Right? So that's who we got back there. Come out. You can meet Reed. You can meet Mike. You can meet Bruce Affleck. And hopefully Don's going to be talking to me here in a little bit. Oh, yes, he will. Don Brown's there. Sorry about the wireless mic. We'll kind of work on that and see if I can figure out how to get that recharged, and we'll go from there. So let's see where we're at. What is the Bluenote Fan Report without some type of technical difficulties? Wendy Cindy saying hi, and I appreciate that. I appreciate each and every one of you that's watching me today. Thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun so far. I've got the food. The tacos are great, man. The tacos that's worth coming out here. So what I'm going to do here real quick, so the camera's not on me, I'm going to go ahead and show the goalie mask promo, and then I'm going to try and see if I can work on the mask here for a second, or the mic, and get the mic working a little bit better. So stand by, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, if anybody out there is listening or knows Guitar Center, you need to give them a call and tell them they gave me a bum piece of equipment. What, buddy? No, go ahead, put that mic in, bud. What's up? What's up, Daner? Oh, man. Trying to get, got all the heat going on. I just got my friends Bob and Michelle Kozik here. This is a great day so far. Been a lot of fun. Come out and join us here at Don Brown Chevrolet at the entrance to the hill. Yeah, I got it fixed there, bud. Just having a lot of fun. I got Mr. Daner, the comedian here. You got another joke?
Do you have a joke?
If I have a joke, if I want to see a joke, I look in the mirror every morning.
Ha ha ha
Actually, if I want to see it, don't touch my buttons. Don't touch my buttons. No, if I want to see a joke, I just go watch the Buffalo Sabres play hockey. That is a joke. Oh my goodness! Look at that! Look at that mustache. Right. So I've seen some great people here. I've seen some great people here. Like I said, I saw Reed Lowe. We saw Bruce. We saw Bruce Affleck here, Mike Zuke here. Hey, E, you're kind of in the way, buddy. Yeah, there we go. So, oh yeah, people are getting some pictures. This is a good event so far. We're having a lot of fun. Don't do that. Right, we're having a lot of fun here at Don Brown. I know not a lot of people are watching, but you know what? Doesn't matter whether you're watching now. You can watch later, and you can always be involved. So let's keep having fun here at Don Brown Chevrolet at the entrance to the hill. And let's not forget what this day is all about, right? Today is Hayes Legacy Day. And when you have a 7-year-old pass away, sometimes you don't realize what that means. You know, when you lose a child, it's extremely difficult.
Sorry about that.
No issues. Sometimes when you lose a child, it's extremely difficult. The things that you go through, the things that happen. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try and bring Jess up here now. Miss York, Jessica York, are you available? Could you come up? I would like to get Mrs. York, Miss Jessica York, to come up. Oh, don't forget, man, we got these great mugs here you can get today. You can get them on my website. The price is wrong on them, so I got to adjust that. Have a seat.
I'm not doing an interview.
Yeah, you are. So have a seat. Have a seat. Right? I'm making her do this.
I'm not agreeing to this.
What?
I'm not agreeing to this.
You don't have to agree to it. That's not who I am, and you know better.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
That's how I got stuck making posts.
Well, first of all, I got to tell you that I've known you guys for about 5 years now, 4 or 5 years, right? From about 3 years. So when I first started doing the show, Joe was one of my first tattoos, and I know you guys leaped onto me right away. I admire you so much, right? I admire what you do every day, and that's just in waking up. And I know how hard that is. So can you tell us a little bit about who Hay was for you? Now, I mean, we talked about, other things, but I want to hear from her mom, what she meant to you on a daily basis. Got to talk into the mic.
Okay. Haley, I always tell
A
everybody.
little bit closer there.
All right. I always tell Haley, everybody.
Yeah, a little bit closer. I'm not getting
Haley
you.
was,
There we go.
Literally the best person ever. She was the one that gave us inspiration to keep going every day. She always made us laugh. She was just the kindest person you could ever meet. She was so, at the age of 7, she was the most selfless person I ever met. She was that person to get everybody through everything for everybody, not just for me, but not just for Joe, not just for her sister, but for her cousins. She made such an impact with the kids she went to school with. And she was just so funny. Like, she would always make us laugh. We thought we couldn't. And when she got diagnosed, she was only 3.5. And I remember that night when she was first diagnosed, we were in the hospital getting ready to leave, and we're all sitting there crying. And Haley was the one that came up to us and hugged us and patted us on the back and said, "It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay."
So I got to tell you guys something. I know I told you a little bit about this. So when this whole event came up, when I did all this, I knew I needed to write the story to connect the event. And when I write some of these stories, I get very emotionally connected to them, and I worry about how they come out. I went to bed on a Friday night knowing what I had to do. And normally when I write a story, it takes just, a couple hours, and I got it out. This story took me 6 days to write. And I woke up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning. Woke up, went straight to my laptop and started typing. And you seen that original draft? She wrote that. I didn't. Did you feel that?
Yes. And I think Haley, even though she's gone, she's so present still in all of our lives, and she sends us so many signs, and I think really still comes through and is so impactful in our everyday life. And that's what really gets us through, is knowing she's still here and being able to still live with her in the present, not as the person that's in the past.
Yeah. So we're doing this. We're doing this event today to raise awareness for your walk that's coming up. So can you? I'm going to bring your sister up here because I know your sister's running the walk. But I just wanted to give you a chance. Now you also have something on your arm that is absolutely amazing. Some people are going to look at that and not know what it is, but I know what it is. So if you can, kind of like turn your other arm, right? This one right here. I don't know how well you guys can see this. All right, she might have to go up to the camera. This tattoo is Haley's tattoo. And what I mean by Haley drew it. This is Terashenko raising the cup. Is that right?
Yes. She drew a whole picture of the moment when we won the cup, and it was Tarasenko holding the cup, and she had fans all around, and she had somebody holding their baby and people crying. And it was pretty awesome because me and Joe got to go to Game 6, and in hindsight, I'm glad they didn't win that game because Game 7, Joe and Jordan and Haley were together in Busch Stadium, and we got to watch them win the cup. So.
And that's, first of all, the cup itself was incredible, but just that, you know who Haley was. I wrote in the story that Haley figured life out at the age of 5. Was that right?
She really did.
Right. This little girl, and as I'm looking at pictures of her and as I'm reading things that she had up there before she passed, she's saying things that people, she loved unconditionally, right? Unconditionally, she loved. It didn't matter who you were, she loved you. She appreciated you for what you were. And I wrote about the moment, like you talked about, where, you know, you're getting told and all this pain that she never felt it.
No.
Right?
She wanted to make sure everybody else was happy. That was Haley's goal, to make everybody around her happy all the time. She believed everybody should have happiness. She didn't know fancy. She loved everybody. And she always treated everybody with such kindness. I've really never seen anybody do that before.
Right. So let's talk a little bit. We talked about this a little bit about February 11th, and I know how hard this is, but it's kind of an interesting day because that you guys had a routine. This day didn't follow that routine at all, correct?
Correct. So the night before, she was going in February 11th for her 5th heart cath to check the progress of her condition. So the night before, when we went to bed, me or Jordan would always read her bedtime story. But that night, she was insistent that Joe come in the room and read this cat heaven book because our cat had passed away 2 weeks prior, 24 hours after our dog passed away. So she would not go to bed until he went up there. So they spent about an hour that night reading together. And then when we got to the hospital that day, the surgery was delayed about 2 hours. So we all had 2 extra hours to spend with her. And then when she woke up, she wanted to go to the Disney store to get her prize. So we did that. And then we actually stopped by my parents' house to have dinner. And Haley normally want to eat next to people because smells and sauces and stuff weirded her out. But that particular night, she sat right next to my dad and ate her dinner next to him. And then on the way home is when she started having a PH episode and she would pass away. But her last words to me were, "I'm okay." So even in her final moments, she still was trying to comfort me, which I think is something incredible.
Now, I want to bring this up, and I know it's going to be hard. I want to read to you what I wrote. Oh my goodness, we have a celebrity in the house. I will be talking to her next. If you want to meet Layla Anderson just showed up. That's right. So I want to read to you the end of that article. Do you remember what I wrote in that article? I want to read that real quick. If you give me a moment to pull it up. So yeah, Layla just showed up. Wow, what a surprise! I mean, I was hoping, but you never know if I can find the right thing. So on the St. Louis Fan Report, I wrote a story about Hay, and I called her the smartest 7-year-old fan, and I stand by that. Let me come over here. If you go on my page, community, and then fighting for Hay, you'll get right to the story. Da, 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 da. And there's pictures of Jordan in her hobo outfit, Joe holding her, and actually, was that the night of?
That was the day.
The day it passed. She passed away. So I know that picture's got to mean a lot that I use it. And Joe, thank you. I mean, I know how hard it is when you see stuff like that, but thank you for allowing me to use that picture. So, all right. So bringing up the article now. And at the end of this article, I wrote something, and I got to tell you, I didn't write this. Somebody else wrote it because, I mean, I know I'm good with words. I've never been this good with words. Let's see if I can find it. Sorry. My eyes aren't that great. This is what I wrote about that. After leaving Jess' parents' house is when the nightmare started. When I spoke to both Jess and Jordan about the day, the emotions seeped through the phone from 4,400 miles away. While in the car, her lips turned purple and her eyes fluttered. Emergency service was called and they performed CPR. The first responders would not give up and did not. Hay's last words to her mother were, "Okay." Jess responded in the interview, she was not. Jess, let me tell you, her words were much more than you, me, or anyone else could have realized. She was telling you so much more. In Buddhism, there's a belief in the four somethings: birth, aging, sickness, and death. The average lifespan of a human being is around 72 years. The sufferings that we endure can either strengthen our life force or weaken it. I have known so many people who have succumbed to disease that complained and said, "Woe is me," every day. Not Haley. She knew. She knew her family would worry about her. Hay knew that her family would be sad. She knew it was her time to move on. I'm okay. Mom, don't worry about me. I am going to the right place. Dad, I will be just as strong as you have been for me. Sissy, you taught me what it means to be connected so tight. I will teach that to others. Yes, it is time for my life force to connect with the universe in a way that I will always be here. Yes, Mom, I am okay. I didn't write that. I'm telling you, I know I'm good with words. I'm not that good. I hope you felt that. Yes, sir. Shirt alert. So when you read that, I want to know what your emotions were.
Well, of course, I was crying the whole time I read it, but yeah, I can feel Haley here, and I can feel her still talking to us, and she wants.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Thank you all so much. Okay, Nicole, it's your turn. She's might need a moment. Thank you so much, Jess. Oh, you want? Come on up, bud. Let's show this picture that he drew. Say it again, buddy. You gotta speak right into the mic. It's really hard to hear right now. Go ahead, speak right into the mic, buddy.
I forgot what I was going
What?
to say. I forgot what I was.
Okay, well, can I see the picture? Oh, so this is. So we have coloring here right now, and I don't know how well you could, but this is Leo's picture of Haley, right? Leo, that is good, man. I'm telling you, that is really, really good. You did a great job on that. Thank you so much for coming up. Okay, Nicole, are you good now? All right. Okay, come on in. Okay, joining me now is Nicole, and I can't remember, Phillips, right? And Nicole is, I'm sorry, my mics are acting up on me in the weather, but Nicole is the director of Hay's Fun Walk, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about the Fun Walk and what's going on with it and all of that stuff.
Sure. So this year, our fourth annual Fun Walk for Hay is going to be held on Sunday, September 26th at Lakeside Park 370 in St. Peters. And it is a lot of fun for all ages. We have Fred Bird from St. Louis Cardinals joining us that morning. We have Louie, of course, from the St. Louis Blues, who will be joining us. Yep. We have a basket raffle for folks. We have carnival games that are new to the event this year. Plinko. We have electronic animals that are going to race each other. It's just a lot of fun for all ages. It is absolutely free. Donations are certainly appreciated and welcomed. And it's just the option for everybody to come together as a community. And what we once really did in honor of Haley, we're now doing in memory of Haley. And it's her first year that we're going to be live in person.
Live in person, because last year you had to do virtual. So this is the first walk Haley passed, right? And that's what I want everybody. And it's out in St. Charles. Now I grew up in Maryland Heights, so this is my hometown for me, and I really love it. It's a great place to be. We can't wait. I wish I could be there, but that's why this event is. So I hope, are you guys enjoying what we're doing out here for you guys today?
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun today. Rockstar Tacos is here with some delicious grub. We have some artists that are here with some really awesome creative artwork available for purchase, and there's a lot of folks stopping by as they drive by and see everybody out here. So it's a lot of fun.
So if you're driving by, and I know a lot of people listen to this, but if you're driving by, even if you watch this later, drive by Don Brown and give them a honk, and they'll know what that is. So give them a honk. We all appreciate that. Did you read the story that I was reading? What did you feel? What was your emotion from that story?
It really captures the story of Hay and what our family's journey has been since her diagnosis in 2015. And it's in moments of tragedy, and truly, that is what at the core of our journey is so much tragedy. We have found more love than most people are able to see throughout their lives, and for that has been like the best blessing. And I think that that's what you see or what you read in that story, is that although there was so much tragedy that happened between Haley's diagnosis and Haley leaving us, is that we also found throughout that hope and love, and that is really what matters in the end. So that story captures that.
Well, yeah, and I'm glad, and I appreciate that. Like I said, I don't think I wrote that, and I mean, I think I'm decent with words. I know you read other stuff that I don't think I'm that good. So I think then. So thanks, Nicole, for joining us. Join the fun run. I actually meant to wear the Haley shirt you guys gave me last year, but my head went a mile a minute today, and I forgot to wear it. So please enjoy that, and thank you for joining us on the Bluenote Fan Report.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. So this is I saw a couple celebrities walk up, and I'm going to see if I can get one of them on now. I know she's around. Well, actually, you know what? Hey, Reed, are you ready to come up, bud? I think he's going to go inside now. Okay, maybe I'll get Reed in a little bit. So there she is, Layla. Miss Layla. Come on. I know she's shy. I'm going to get her up here. Let's see if her dad's going to. Got a seat right here for you. Oh man, this is a treat. Boy, you are looking good.
Thank you.
I mean, no, you look really good. And, the last time I saw you was just before the surgery, remember?
Yes.
Right? So then, things were a little different. But, oh man, you look really good. And thank you so much for showing up today.
Thank you.
Right? So when I started doing, things like this, and you may have tried to connect before, and unfortunately it hasn't worked. Tell us a little bit more about how you're doing. What's going on with you and the diagnosis, and are you back in school?
I am.
A little bit closer to the mic so everyone can hear you.
So
Everything's been great. I've been in school for 2 weeks now. I had hockey evaluations last night and then again tonight.
How'd they go?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
So
You didn't do this, right?
no.
You heard about that, right?
Yeah.
I broke it playing hockey with the Warriors, you know, so I got my hockey injury.
Yeah.
How's it? So you're playing for the Lady Blues, right?
Lady Falcons.
Lady Falcons. So that's the Blues AAA team, correct?
That's Chesterfield.
Chesterfield. Okay. So it's cool putting that uniform on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. A lot of fun. So when you're out there, what are you thinking about? What's going through your mind when you're out there playing hockey?
It's kind of crazy because I never really imagined or never really thought that it would come true.
Yeah.
In the hospital, I never really knew if it were ever going to happen. So it's just kind of crazy.
So I'm not trying to up myself. I was one of the first ones that tried to get your word out. You remember?
Yes.
And I said I would do something if you got your match. Do you remember what I said I would do?
No.
I said, and I did it on camera, but now that you're here, I said I would twerk for you. So as bad as I am, I'm going to do this because this is what she meant to me back then.
Nice.
I know it's horrible, but what the hell? And I just wanted to get the word out about you. I'm glad we could. We got to get you on a couple of my live shows this season because I know I'm a big Blues fan. I got nothing on you, girl. And I've been a fan since I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I got a few years on you. What do you think about this year's team?
Personally, I'm kind of questioning because I feel like the entire team has gone away.
Yeah.
A Stanley Cup winning team, and then everyone's kind of gone. We've got Steen retired. We've got people hurt. So I think, honestly, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But
what do you think about the Tarasenko issue?
I can honestly see how he's feeling. He's been here for a while, and he's had his good plays, but then he's been hurt a lot. So it's honestly his decision, but I feel if we pull it back together, then we can do well.
Yeah, I think he's staying. I really do. I don't think that you have to value him at something, and there's no way. There's no way I could trade him for a 6th-round pick or a bag of pucks. As they say.
Yeah.
Do you know? You've heard that? Trade him for a bag of pucks, or do you know where that came from?
No.
Actually, in the '60s, there were guys that were traded because teams were for bags of pucks and sticks. There was I can't remember the name. There was a guy in the original 6 that got traded to another team for 2 bags of pucks and 12 hockey sticks. So that's what trading for a bag of pucks comes from.
Okay.
Right?
Never knew that.
Kind of interesting. Mike, you know that story, right? The guy that got traded for 2 bags of pucks and 12 hockey sticks, right? That was in like the 50s, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was like from Montreal to Ottawa or something like that. Right? See? Hey, I'm not making that one up. But hey, thanks for coming out today. Yeah. And I know, I know you've been on all the other big shows and that, and my little show means nothing. But I do appreciate you and our friendship that we've had for the couple of years now. And that bracelet that we got, have you been able to wear it yet?
Well, I've tried it on. It does fit.
Yay!
So I'll see what I can do. But yeah.
That's great. That was an anonymous donor. I thought it was great. I knew you couldn't get it on that day, but no, girl, you look good.
Thank you.
All right, you're gonna have to start beating the boys off with a stick.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yes.
Right. So be careful of that, and you do good in school, and we look forward to talking to you more.
Thank you.
So enjoy your day today, and thank you for coming on the Bluenote Fan Report.
I will. Thank you.
Thanks, Layla. Layla Anderson, everybody, please give a big round of applause for Miss Layla Anderson. She's coming out to support Haley's event. This is great. We really appreciate you, Layla. Thank you so much. Oh, wow, man. What a treat. What fun. See, that's what this is all about today, getting some people out here and having some fun. I actually seen my mom and dad showed up here a little bit ago while I was on this. And things have been doing really well. Kate Palm says, aloha. I'm sorry I'm not catching all your stuff here. I'm trying to do the best I can. But we're having a great time. People are coming out. Uh-oh. What's up, Layla?
One more thing.
Go ahead, babe.
So if people donate today for Haley, I brought a signed bobblehead of mine to give.
Oh, wow. You want to put that on our silent auction? Oh, here we go. So we have a new auction item. Actually, see, no, I got it. So you sent me one, right? That you'd signed. It got moved and someone wiped the signature off it. So I got to get it signed by you. And you will do that for me, right? I thought so. So here we go. Don't mind me opening it, do you? I'm going to try and pull this out with my one hand here. Yeah, I know. I feel, like now I feel like you did back when, just before your surgery, not being able to do anything for yourself.
Yeah.
It's not fun at all. So here we go. Oh, look at this. Oh, Layla, thank you. That is so great. That is just amazing. So we're going to put this in the silent auction. And I'm gonna start this one off. Just you bid what you want to bid. I'm not gonna put a starting bid on it, and we'll go from there. I don't think I can get that.
So normally you'd have to glue in the bell. It doesn't stick very well.
Actually, mine did.
Yours did?
Yeah, mine went right on in.
Got a lucky one then.
Yeah, I got a lucky one. So there's the bell. There it is, signed by Layla. Check it out. We're gonna auction it off. I'll have somebody do another thing for me. Come on, check it out. Donate for hay. Come out and see us at Don Brown Chevrolet on the entrance to the hill. My name's Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back after I get me some water and say hi to some people. So stand by. We'll be back in about 10. And I am back. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for the delay. Thanks for waiting on me. My name's Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan. You're watching the Bluenote Fan Report, sponsored by the St. Louis Fan Report here at Don Brown Chevrolet at the entrance to the hill in St. Louis, Missouri. What a place to be. We have had some great, if you look behind me, just over this shoulder, that is Red Scorfield from the Blues, Blues Alumni. He's here. There's been some other great ones. Layla was just here with me. Layla gave me my own bobblehead since mine kind of got messed up. So now I got a new one so I don't get the signature messed up. I'm just so appreciative of everybody that's coming out today and supporting this. You know, whether you're watching it on YouTube today, tomorrow, in a month, whenever you watch it, just absolutely great. We have a Layla bobblehead that we're auctioning off now. She's signed. It's great. Come down here or call your friends, call whoever you know, tell them this is the place to be today. We got the Blues Jeep out here. That's what started my relationship with Tom Finetti. Oh, and I got Ridlow here. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So joining me now is former Blue and a new good friend of mine, Mr. Ridlow. Reed, thanks for coming. And sorry, I didn't recognize you, man. You got to understand. I guess you know when you're doing this stuff, you know, your mind goes a mile a minute. Yeah. Right?
I've been called a lot worse.
Well, yeah, I know. You probably got called Guy Benson a couple of times. You know, that's probably the worst thing you could get called. So yeah, you like this jersey here, right? Yeah, that is Mike Hoffman's jersey that he wore after Bobby passed. So that's the game day jersey, right? So, and I want to get as many of you guys on it. So I was looking forward to you knocking my butt down on the ice, but I can't play, but I get to skate. So hopefully I can, like during warmups or whatever, I'll get out there just during warmups or whatever and play with you guys. So I'm looking forward to the alumni camp.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. We've got 5 or 6 teams signed up, and the event that we have after the skates are just as much fun.
Yeah.
We're going to have a round table with some of the Blues alumni and talk about Bobby Plager and kind of what he meant to us and just tell some stories on Friday night. And then we're having a Jamie Rivers roast on the Saturday night, which is going to be a lot of fun. So we're still selling tickets to that. If you go on the Blues Alumni website, you're interested in coming. We're selling tables, a couple different levels of there. So it's going to be a good time, raising some good money for Greater St. Louis.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on. What do you think about this event? Did I do a good job out with this?
Yeah, I think this is absolutely awesome. And Don Brown's a good fire department's rolling by. Don Brown's a good friend of the alumni, and he participates in a lot of our stuff and donates a lot of money to us. So we get an opportunity to come out and represent him and be a part of it. We always want to try and do our share to give back.
Are you ready for this season?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm ready to, see some fans back in the stands and try and find a way to get ourselves back to normal as possible.
Well, let me ask you. So you played, if I remember right, you played in like the late 90s, early 2000s, correct?
Yep, 97 to 2000.
Okay, so in that period that you played, was there a situation like the situation that came up?
Not really. I think that some of these players today get a little bit above themselves and forget that there was a lot of guys that didn't make $9-10 million playing hockey that paved the way before us. The Bruce Afflecks and the Mike Zukes and the John Wensinks that are here. Those guys are the reason why we have what we have today, and part of the relationship that the St. Louis Blues and the St. Louis Blues fans have together. So sometimes I just get a little frustrated when a guy has to air his dirty laundry like that. That's stuff that should stay inside. It should be in closed doors because it just brings scrutiny and unnecessary attention to a situation that really isn't necessary.
Do you think they trade him?
I was telling somebody yesterday, the market value for him can't be that much because he's kind of tainted himself. You kind of are looked at as a little bit selfish when you step outside of the walls of your dressing room and your management and your doctors, and you start throwing people under the bus. And regardless of whether it happened or he's right or whatever the case may be, it's
the way it came out.
It's not necessary. And so another team's sitting there looking like, well, what if he gets hurt again and our doctors do it? Are we going to be dealing with the same situation next year?
Oh, yeah. I never thought about that. So I've actually been I've been on Tarasenko's side on this, actually, in my eyes. because I've seen some other things that have happened. Again, as a fan's perspective, I've been on his side, but that's the first time that I've looked at it like what you just said about another team going, is our doctor thought of that, right?
And you always got to take a look at the way the guy's actions are and what he's doing and how he's participating.
You want to hold the mic?
In all aspects of the game, I can hold it. When you have all aspects of the game, right? And so you always have to make sure and take a look at what's going on from a managerial standpoint, looking at players that you want to bring in. And when guys bring their dirty laundry to the table, it makes their value less. And the Blues aren't the type of team. They've never bought somebody out of a contract, and they're just not the type of team that probably wants to take the responsibility of getting rid of them and retaining salary. So they might just have to be forced to live together, just roommates that maybe had a bad fight and they're going to have to kiss and make up. And but again, at the end of the day, he's going to have to eat some humble pie, and at least he would if he was my teammate.
Yeah, well, I think he will. I mean, up until just recently, I mean, you look at now. I call it the look back. Game 3 or Game 7, 8 minutes to go in the third period, scores 2-0. He flies down the left-hand side, has Dana Charles, probably even at this point, one of the best defensemen in the league. And he has Charlie Coyle, a up-and-coming defenseman in the league, on him like, flies on stink. And he looks back to center ice, and it forces Coyle to break off him and have him back to the place. So he's looking directly at the grass. And then Chara, at the same time, breaks to the back of the net, thinking that's where the pass is going, leaving him the wide open lane to Shin. For me, it's really hard in my mind to go from that play to Pariah. To me, it's like this because that had happened.
Yeah, and again, you want to hope for the best, and I'm not a dislike Laddie. In fact, I hope he comes back and I hope he does what the Blues are paying him to do, and he can kind of get over what it's been like for the last 2 years, with his injury prone. But again, if he comes back and scores 35 goals for this team, they're going to be happy to have him. And like I said, for me, I just want to make sure that guys are bringing it to the table every single time they step on the ice. And you see Ryan O'Reilly do that. You see Braden Shen do that. And those are the why the guys are the leaders. That's why O'Reilly's the captain and Tarasenko's not, right?
Yeah. And I'm kind of with you. I mean, I never looked at Tarasenko being the captain because of his injury. If he wasn't injured, then to me, it would have been a toss-up.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it wasn't a toss-up at all. And I think that, as soon as Petrangelo left St. Louis, I think everybody was looking at it. In fact, they were talking about when they first traded Ryan O'Reilly here, how are they going to take the C off of Petrangelo and put it on him? So maybe there's some Tarasenko fans out there that thought it's a toss-up, but I think if you talk to anybody inside the hockey circles, everybody knew 90 was going to be the captain of this team when Petro left.
Yeah, and then again, I kind of was there too. I thought he was the right guy because you look at the beginning of the 18-19 season, and they're going through this rut, and you see the mainstream reporters that are out there and doing that, and it's all the guys are gone, but O'Reilly's working with this young guy and that young guy and consistently doing that. So here's my question for you: favorite Blue you never played with? I think I got a good one.
I don't know. We've got a lot of guys that just live in St. Louis. So I've got a lot of teammates that I'm really close with right now. I'd probably say one of the closest friends I have in the alumni and a Blue that I didn't play with, and probably someone I talk to more than anybody is Tom Tilley. He lives in Kansas City. So,
yeah, I remember Tom.
He comes to town quite a bit. We get together. I own a liquor distribution company in the state of Missouri, so I'm in Kansas City quite a bit. So we get to see each other, and we started doing these charity games down in Nashville, and we just kind of got paired up as roommates, and we just been really good friends ever since. So I'd probably have to say Tills.
Right now, did you get to play with Hull, or was that right after?
So I had training camp in 1997 with Hull, and then he's played the rest of that year, and then he signed with Dallas in
98. Yeah. So a Hull story you can tell?
Holly's
he's in St. Louis right now.
Is he in St. Louis?
He's at a golf tournament for his Junction House.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Holly's Holly. There's a lot of Holly stories out there, but for me, it's just his lack of care for what anybody thinks, and just always, what is Brett Hull thinking? Said nobody ever, right? And
Yeah.
So I just love his pure honesty, his brutal honesty, and some might get offended because there's a lot of people in this world that feel good offended, and they like to feel like that. It doesn't to me. I think it's funny. I think he was a character through the playoffs in 2019, and I loved it.
Oh yeah. He was. Well, I mean, he made the playoffs. I mean, just that. First of all, the videos they did were. I was at Game 3. I flew in for Game 3, and when they did that video for the finals and the first Stanley Cup game in St. Louis in 40 years, I had tears in my eyes. It was powerful.
I was on the 2001 team that went to the conference finals and lost to the Colorado Avalanche, and I thought it was so insane and I never played, so I was always up in the press box. So just to see how much reporters were there, everything that was going down, how everything just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and where our Blues Alumni box is in the Enterprise Center is right beside where all the media is, and it was the same thing. Like, it was stacked. They had like bleachers in there.
Yeah.
There was so many people. The buzz outside. They've got streets closed down. It's literally probably the coolest thing that I've ever. It's probably just the fact that we got to be a part of it, got to be in the parade, got to celebrate with the team afterwards, and do those different kinds of things. They all the Blues and their management did such a great job on making the alumni feel like we were part of it, right? And we are, because we helped be a part of this organization over the 50 some years it took to win the cup. So it was a celebration for everybody. I've always said Market Street would never be the same, and it really wasn't. The parade was delayed 3.5 hours, and it wasn't from the rain we got. It was from the players getting off of their cars and letting fans touch the Stanley Cup and drink out of the Stanley Cup and ride mopeds and just do all the crazy things they did. And so it just an unbelievable event that you could never recreate.
Layla Anderson's going. Thank you for coming, Layla. Yeah. So first of all, I gotta say, I apologize. I'm the reason you guys lost that series to the Avalanche. So I was on the USS Gary. Okay, I was on the USS Gary. We were on a deployment. I was paying close attention. You guys made it to the Cup Finals. I got a cigar. I got sick, and then you lost. So it was my fault. So I'm sorry about that.
Well, I'm going to blame you forever now.
Thank you. Well, I know you got to be getting going on us. But hey, Reed, thanks for coming out. I'll be seeing you soon. And let's try and get together for dinner or something if we can.
Yeah.
I've got another 3 weeks here.
Cool, man. Just like I said, happy to come down here and help out.
Okay, no problem, man. I want to get you to sign my jersey if I can find a marker here real quick. I had a thing of markers. So stand by, everybody, while I get Reed Lowe to sign this beautiful jersey of mine. Oh man, everybody's just having a good time out here, and they're keeping me good. I got Reload to sign that jersey. Let's see. So one of the things that this event is about is to raise awareness for PH. So what we're going to do now, and I'm going to try my best. I'm going to be calling. I'm going to see if I can get my Bluetooth to work right. Let's see if I get my Bluetooth correct. So give me a moment. So I'm going to be calling a young lady, and Abby's her name? Abby has PH. And she's going to hopefully talk to us a little bit. My headset on. And I hope this will work. So here goes. Jess, is Abby's the one that you texted me the number earlier? So, I mean, I was supposed to call her a little bit ago, but I don't even know what time of day it is. So, and I absolutely mean that. So here we go. I'm going to be calling Abby now. See if this will work. Let's see here. I'm hoping you guys can hear it out there. Now I'm going to set a mic that's a little bit closer to it.
Hello?
Hello, is this Abby?
Yes, it is.
Abby, this is Guy Bensing. I go by the Hawaii Blues fan. I think they told you I'd be calling you. I'm out at Don Brown Chevrolet. Yes. I'm out at Don Brown Chevrolet in St. Louis, Missouri, doing a awareness event for pulmonary hypertension. How are you doing today, Abby?
Get out. I have to go outside.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds good.
I can talk now.
Okay, can you hear me okay, Abby?
Yes, I can.
Can you guys hear Abby out there? Okay, sounds good. Okay, Abby, so how old are you?
I'm 16.
You're 16. Oh, wow. Then, and how long when were you diagnosed with PH?
When I was 8 months old.
When you were how old?
8 months.
8 months. So you've lived with this your entire life.
Yeah, basically.
Basically. So what are some of the difficulties that you deal with on a day-to-day basis?
Well, some of my classes I can't do PE. I have to watch what I'm doing. So my medicine has side effects that affect my body, and some of the medicines have side effects that can't be helped right now. That's pretty much it.
Okay. So what other, I'm sorry, I've had one of them days where my head just left me. So what area do you live in? What state do you live in, if you don't mind me asking?
I live in Iowa.
Iowa, that's right. So actually you were supposed to come down here to get Haley's wheelchair. Is that correct?
Yes, we were.
Yeah, but you're going to be coming down for the fun walk now, correct?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. That's going to be really neat. So let me ask you this: if you could, if someone wanted to understand what PH does every day, what would you if you said, well, you know, how could I feel what PH does? What would you tell them to do to feel what you feel every day?
You have to watch you have to make sure you're not overexerting yourself by keeping yourself, but you can't run as much as other people can. And when you have chest pain, it feels like something heavy is sitting on your chest. And then your breathing is like after you run several hours, that's how your breathing is. For people with PH, that happens way earlier than someone that doesn't have PH.
Okay. And well, let me ask you another thing. What is something that you want to do that, you know, people take for granted that you can't do because of your disease?
Run a mile. And like, just like how people, and I want to be able to do track in high school, and I can't really do that.
Well, let me tell you this: running a mile is overrated. I actually ran cross country and track in high school. I'm a pretty thin guy. I have more legs than I have anything else in my body, and I'm guessing that after I ran some of my races where I wanted to couldn't breathe. I wanted to throw up. Is how you feel every day.
Yeah.
Right. So just doing normal things is full exertion for you. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Right. What would you want people to know about your disease that they may not know, or something that something that people could do to help people in your position?
That we can't do as much stuff as other people can. Like we can't just up and just run like other people can. We have to take it slow. We can't do things as fast. And they just have to have patience with us when we're running.
Yeah, no, understood.
Or doing like activities that take us like they just need to have patience. I'm saying.
Oh no, trust me, I understand completely. I deal with some mental illness too, so it's the same way with me. There's times where I get frustrated or aggravated, and people just need. I want people to have patience with me, and that's the last thing they want to have. I know this can be exhausting when you're doing an interview like this that you don't know the person you're talking to and all that. And I just want to say thank you so much for coming on for a few minutes and explaining to people what pH is and how it affects you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Abby. You have a great day. And by the way, you made made me feel good because I got my soundboard working with you calling in.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. So you know what? I'm gonna, I was gonna put my number up, but I won't. But if you know my number, give me a call. Now that I got my phone connected, I can bring you on. We can go live. We can talk about anything. Reed Lowe was great. It was great to have him here. What a fun guy. How you doing there, Daner? Good. Talk in the mic, bud.
Does anybody have a joke for me to ask?
Yeah. What do you think of that Jeep over there, Dane?
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, well, thanks, Dane. I got to do some other stuff here real quick, pay some bills, and we'll get back to you in a little while.
Okay.
Thank you, bud. So I know I got a really good friend here. So give me a few minutes. I'm going to bring him on next. So stand by, and I will be right back. Listen.
Wensink. Wensink. W-E-N.
Wensink. Okay.
S-I-N-K.
Want to make sure I got it right. Doug, right?
John.
John Wensink.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry. A lot going on with me today. Oh, there we go. So I thought I was out, but I was in. So with me today is former Blue, John Wensink. John, thanks for coming on the Bluenote Fan Report.
My pleasure to be here. I found out about it last night, and I was going to be in town. I live about 2 hours from here.
Okay.
So I showed up, and surprisingly, this is for Haley.
Yes.
And I'm looking at the poster, and about middle of June, my wife has pulmonary hypertension.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Oh, so what a perfect timing for me to do this then.
I've been kind of out of the scene a little bit, partly for about over a year now with this COVID deal. We've kind of hibernated on our property down in Farmington, and we've been slowly getting out and finally, finally started getting out a little bit, and about first part of June, my wife came down with she was diagnosed with pulmonary hypertension. So.
Oh man, well I'm sorry to hear that. So this is actually a perfect event for her. Or maybe I hope she's feeling good today. I know she probably couldn't come out because of the heat and that, but let her know that we're absolutely thinking about her, and you know, hopefully we can raise some awareness about this disease that you don't hear about, but it's so devastating.
Until she was diagnosed with it, I never even knew it existed, and I'm sure a lot of people don't. And it's a tough thing to go through. Yeah.
Okay, so what years did you play for the Blues?
I was drafted by them in '73, and I was with them for 3 years. I also only played 3 games in those 3 years. So from the Blues, I went to the Bruins,
Okay.
and I was there for 4.
Boo! Wrong button.
Anyway, I got to play 3 games with them, so everybody kind of remembers me as in the hockey world as a Bruin more
Bruin.
than but my wife was here. I met her when I was with the Blues, and we moved back here in '83 when I retired, and St. Louis has been our home.
Was 19 hard for you?
You know what? It was something that I'd wished for many years. I always said I'd love to see a Blues and Bruins final. And when that happened, I was like, oh my God, this is tough. But right away, I was cheering for the Blues only because I live here. I also knew what it would do for the city, for the franchise, for the fans, and for the alumni. So I couldn't lose either way.
Yeah. Well, I was. So I want to ask you. So let's talk about Game 7 real quick, right? And I was talking to Reed about this. 8 minutes to go. The game is 2-0. Tarashenko breaks down the left-hand side, has Chara and Coyle with him. Turns back. He gets down by the dot. Turns back. Looks towards center ice. Coyle gets completely confused and skates towards the net. So he's looking at Rask. Back to the play, and then Chara breaks off. When you see this, and then he makes that pass to Shin, and to me, that's the cup. Yeah. That sealed it.
Yeah.
That like the best look off ever.
It was unbelievable. I mean, there were a number of plays in that final game that you could point to and say that was a turning point. You know, the second goal. Was it the second? The one right at the end of the period with
second goal. The second goal.
Second goal. I mean, that's a heartbreaking goal too. It was. I think for me as a player, it would have been hard to keep my composure going up 2-0 and then 3-0 and staying focused.
Oh yeah.
I thought the coaching staff for the Blues did an unbelievable job keeping the guys focused on, hey, we got to play 60 minutes here.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. So the look off was great, and then I call it the Marchand mistake. Right.
That was on goal number 2.
That was on goal number 2, and then you've got the O'Reilly tip, which was the first goal. I have never. I mean, Boston owned that first period.
They outshot them and they played. I mean, possession was unbelievable in the Bruins' favor. It just wasn't. It wasn't meant to be.
Bennington was on point.
Yeah.
And Bennington was, and I get he was pedestrian in the finals. Overall, I mean, you look, everyone goes, oh well, he set the record for most wins by a rookie. He also tied the record for most losses by a rookie. You know, he was going one way or the other there. You know, so he was either tying one or setting one. But so you figure that. But he kept him in the first period, and then those 2 goals just deflated that locker room.
No question. And you know what? It's funny when Bettman was handing
Petrangelo
the cup. I'm sitting at home. I didn't go to the game. I didn't go to the watch party or anything like that. I stayed at home with my wife and we watched it, just the 2 of us. And I'm sitting there and we're cheering for the Blues and we're excited and everything. And whenever Bettman handed Petrangelo the cup, I looked over at Rhonda and I said, you know, the good part is they're set up to win it again.
Yes.
They were a big. I mean, the term played heavy. I mean, they played as hard in the third period as they did in the first period.
Oh, yeah.
Every shift they came at you, it was like in waves, and I think that was a big factor in the Blues winning that year because of the fact they had a heavy team. Look at Tampa.
Oh, yeah.
Tampa. I mean, the last 2 years they kept coming at you with 4 lines, and they played heavy.
Tampa and the Blues had something that a lot of people don't understand what it is. It's what Maroon does. Not who Maroon is. It's not Maroon as a player. It's what Maroon does.
Yeah.
Maroon is an energy guy. He brings that energy. He brings that and I don't even know how to say the word. He brings that we're effed.
He brings that little thing that you can't, like you just said, you can't put a word on it, but he brings it.
He brings it.
And,
right?
And they had several other players there that the Gord player, every shift, and that's what the Blues did. I mean, they had players that were coming after, shift after shift after shift that were hard, and whenever you're, let's say, you play a team that doesn't have that to match.
Yeah.
After 7 games, after playing the same team for 7 nights or 7 games in a row, it adds up.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now I got to ask you a question. First, for someone who only played 3 games here in 3 years, and then the rest of your career in Boston, I got to bring up Bobby. Right? What did Bobby mean to you as a player and as a person?
He was here whenever I was here, and he's unbelievable. I mean, unfortunately, we lost a real good one there.
Yeah.
And what an ambassador! When you sit back and you try to think, okay, who could fill his shoes as that ambassador? There's nobody on that list.
I got 2.
They're really, you'd have to look hard.
Yeah, well, I got 2. My number 1 is Bruce Affleck.
Yep, Bruce has been around a long, long time, and he's just about like Bobby, but in a different way.
In a different way, he's not the sit at the arena, greet people as they're coming in guy, but he does as much to push that Bluenote as anybody can. I did an article and I have listed my top 10 Blues of all time. My number 10 was the Blues front office, and my number 9 was Bruce.
Yeah.
I wrote that article 3 days before Bobby passed. Bobby was my number 1.
I mean, functions like we're at here today, and he just made the Bluenote was part of Bobby.
Yeah.
And he just made a point of making sure that he gave back after he was done playing. He gave back at all these functions that we go to and all that stuff. Bobby was always there.
Yeah.
Maybe didn't stay the whole time, but he was always there.
Yeah, and I feel like he's here today because you see what I got hanging up here, right?
No question.
That is the game worn. That's Mike Hoffman's jersey. That's the one he wore for warm-ups.
Yeah.
So I would be honored if you would sign that jersey today.
My pleasure.
Right. Thank you, man. Thank you so much for coming on the Bluenote Fan Report. Thank you for showing up today. And tell your wife that if she ever needs something from us, let us know, and we'll see what we can do.
We, I wish everything the best for everybody here. Yes.
Well, we have your wife go on YouTube on the Bluenote Fan Report, and she'll be able to watch us. And what's your wife's name? Rhonda.
Yeah.
Rhonda, this is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, saying aloha. We're thinking of you, and you're going to get through this, lady. We got your back. Thank you, sir, so much.
Pleasure.
Right? Well, there you go. So this is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan. I'm out at Don Brown Chevrolet. Please come on out and enjoy us out here. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Now is time for a treat. Go ahead and have a seat. I might have to adjust my camera a little bit. Hey, E, are you around? Work the camera for me a little bit, E. Pull this over. So I have with me two of the trainers from Dogs for a Brave.
All right.
What's your name, ma'am?
I'm Bridget, and this is Shannon behind me.
Okay. And who do you have with you?
We have two of our service dogs in training. This is Captain, and then we have Diesel as well.
Now, Diesel, I know, is a yellow lab. Is that correct?
He has lab in him, but he's actually quite the mutt. He's
Quite
got
the
a lot
mutt.
of different breeds in
Right.
him.
And,
So is
and
Captain.
this beautiful one here?
Well, we call him our overrated cow, but he also.
Overrated cow?
Yeah. We were at Target one time, and a kid shouted at him and said that he was a cow puppy. So it fits.
Oh, he's got the color.
Yeah, he does look like a little dairy cow.
Yeah. So, you give these dogs. You're training these dogs for veterans, right?
They're all
Like
going-
myself,
Yes, they're all going to wounded veterans.
right? Can you come down with the camera? Down a little bit. There we go. Okay, now we can get him in the picture a little bit. So, tell us a little bit about the training. What goes into training these dogs?
So our dogs are trained for a minimum of 18 months. They do a variety of things like retrievals. They also do some of the PTSD relief training as well. So they can do anxiety interruptions. They can do nightmare interruptions. And they will retrieve anything from their leash to keys. Some of them can pick a dime off the floor. It's just kind of imagine if you don't have any legs, for example, or you just have one leg.
Somebody's recognizing anxiety right now. No, I'll be honest with you. This is so I seen him. He was sitting there really quiet, and I deal with anxiety and depression and that. And I've been talking for 2 hours, 3 hours, and trying. I don't have the pee. There's all these things going through my head, and even talking to you, I can feel it. As soon as it like jumped right up.
He's very in tune with people's emotions. He's very good at that.
And he, so the reason I knew what he was doing, right to my chest.
Yeah.
And I do know that with these dogs, when they have that moment, they go to your chest. So they're putting themselves right here. So they know that they're pushing on you. So they're saying, okay, I'm here. What do you need from me?
It's kind of like, hey, reminding them that I'm here for you. You can pet me. I'm calming. I'm soothing. And so we actually will, to train them to do stuff like that, we start with putting our head in our hands, and and it kind of just turns into a game for them, and they get cuddles and they love it.
I think I just found my service
You got
dog.
a best friend right
Look
there.
at this. No, this is.
Sit down, bub. Diesel's feeling a little anxiety himself.
I think he's jealous because I'm petting this one and not him. For me, this means a lot. What you guys are doing, and that's why I wanted you guys out here. Yeah. I deal with. I'm a Gulf War vet, from the original Gulf War back in '90, and we deal with a lot of the stress and anxieties from when we were out there. And I spent 40 days in a minefield, right? So when you have metal things around, I get very tense, very tight. I get very uncomfortable. Like this whole event today, my anxiety's been through the roof. And I was really wanted to see how these dogs were going to react to me. Like even when I first came up to you while you were over there, you said, "Oh, they're working dogs." He looked up at me right away. He knew something was wrong, right? And I caught that, and that meant something. I didn't see this guy hiding there.
Yeah.
So you actually now these are rescue dogs, right?
We do rescue all of our dogs. Yes. Hence why they have so many different breeds in them. So Diesel came from animal control. And Captain, we rescued from the APA out in Brentwood.
You know what, Captain? I got another 3 weeks here, bud. 2 weeks till the 13th. I'm going to have to talk to one of these trainers. You and me are going to have spend some time together. I'm sorry.
We are always taking volunteers. So
look at this.
I know he's quite a loving dog. He's such a good boy.
Yeah. He's like in on me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. He knows. I don't know if you guys realize this or not, but this dog knows that I'm a vet and that I'm dealing with this. He's putting his head on my shoulder like he's trained to do. right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Put his head in my chest. So as I've gotten more anxious or more concerned with what I'm doing, he's gotten more concerned with me. That I give you so much credit for. Now, these animals know it automatically because I've had even untrained dogs do it. But for you guys to take, strays and turn them to where they're doing this.
Good boys. Good boys.
Yeah, see, I did the same thing.
We do find that, especially with using some rescues, there's something about, like, sometimes they've seen things that we have no idea, we don't understand, and you just never know what their past is. And so sometimes with a veteran that has seen some things, that can't talk about some things, they kind of just find each other and they kind of just help each other, and they bond in a certain way that even us as trainers, we can never bond with them like that.
I'm sitting here. I'm in awe, Captain. From the moment I walked over there, and I'm not trying to oversell this, but from the moment I walked over there, Captain put his head up. He looked right at me, right? And you said, you're like, no, you can't touch him. He's a working dog. He was coming up to me no matter what. He knew something was going on, and that really is powerful. So, how long have you guys been working with the dogs?
So I started November of 19, so almost 2 years. And Shannon's almost at a year as well.
Right. If you were talking, let's say you don't have the dogs, you're out and about, and you got a vet that's saying, I'm dealing with this, I'm dealing with that, and what would you tell that vet about getting a service pet? How would you respond to a vet that could use a service pet?
Every vet is different and individual, but if it's something that they're looking for, then it's definitely something I would recommend for them to research and look into. There are several organizations out there, several good ones, and it depends on their needs as well. So for our program, we focus on mobility on top of the PTSD. The PTSD kind of comes with a lot of the veteran applicants that we have anyway, and we kind of just enhance their natural ability to pick up on some of the, like what you were saying, some of the anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
But we definitely focus on the mobility because we find that that's one of the biggest needs right now.
Yeah.
And we also don't ask a penny of our veterans.
I know, and see, I've heard when I heard that I was flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Because I know that you're talking $5 to $10 grand.
Well, and it's 25 grand to train our dogs.
No, I mean, there are veterans that are charged $5 to $10 grand.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yes. So
get a service
that's
dog.
Why it's because you have a lot of these wounded veterans who come back and they can't work, or they live on disability and they can't afford it. So you give them the choice: do I take my dog to the vet this week, or do I feed my family? And we don't want to do that to them. And so if someone is looking for a service dog for mobility and PTSD, that's kind of where we come in. And I would recommend that they definitely do a lot of research about it.
Yeah. Well, I got to hand it to Captain. He is he's an amazing dog, and I forget the name of the other one here.
This one's Diesel.
Diesel. Oh, what a perfect name. I was a gas turbine mechanic, so I worked around diesels a lot. So
his training was sponsored by the Burley family up in St. Charles. So Mark Burley, is an old baseball player, old Cardinals player.
Okay.
Yeah. So he and his wife, Jamie, sponsored Diesel's training.
Oh, well, thank you so much to them. Thank you guys for coming out today. Absolutely. I mean, I know the heat and all that, and I hope that people have gotten some good information from you guys. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. We appreciate all the support we've received today as well.
Oh, that's great. So I know that my event is done very good then. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And hopefully I'll get to talk to you guys a little bit more.
Thank you so
much. Hey, Captain, I'm getting a hold of these guys. You and me are getting to have a few more dates before I go home. What do you think, Captain? Are you good with that?
He graduates on October 15th, so he goes to live in Ohio with his veteran.
Oh, well, he's got
about a month and a half to come get the snuggles in.
What a lucky dog. What a lucky vet. What a lucky vet. Okay, guys, thank you so much, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you for coming on the St. Louis Fan Report with Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and the Bluenote Fan Report. Aloha. Bye, pups. Oh, what fun, man. What coolness. Raise it back up. Oh, my goodness. I got to tell you, I'm having a lot of fun out here today. I haven't had a lot of people watching me, but you know what? That stuff doesn't matter right now. just being around the dogs, being around the veterans, and all that stuff. Sorry, I got to answer a question real quick. I think someone got a hold of my stick. So, hey, so I've been thinking about something, guys. Well, I got a friend saying that he was here saying hi and bye. And so what I'm going to do with the mask, my Facebook thing ends on Sunday, my band. So I'm going to go and hold on to the mask. I'm not going to give it away today. We're going to hold on to the mask so I can really do a good live auction on it, because I would like to pick up a little more money for it, and it's got a good bid on it. So I'm gonna set it up, and we're gonna do that live on Thursday at Campbell's place. Now I know Jim Campbell's here. I seen him earlier. I got told he was checking out a car, so I got to thank him for that. You know, if you're out and around and you're in the area, come on down to Don Brown Chevrolet. Check us out. We're at the entrance to the hill. It's 1:37 now. We'll be here to 3. We're having a great time. I've had a couple of Blues Alumni on. I've had some good friends. I've met people. My friends have come out. Other people have come out. This has been a great event. Thank you all for coming. Please join us. Come out and talk to us here at the Bluenote Fan Report and the STL Fan Report at Don Brown Chevrolet. I wanted the show to be organic, and it's been as organic as good. One thing that I was hoping to do while I was in LA, I was able to do a little bit of an interview and some stuff with the guys that play Pacific Beach hockey. Unfortunately, my converter is not converting very well, so I'm going to hold off on showing those, and I'm going to do a show where I can put it together a little bit better show for these guys. Well, what I'm going to do now, I want to kind of show you guys some of the cars that they got here on this lot. You know, to my right, my right, are 3 amazing Corvettes. Can you go ahead and show over there? I think one's a Camaro, but the yellow Corvette is hot as can be. Right there we go. There's the yellow Corvette. Then go a little more E. Yeah, there you go. Right, the cars are really good. Even if you just come to check those out, you know, it's worth it. You know, I got to talk to Tom and find out why I haven't been allowed to have one of those as a loaner while I'm here in town, because those are great, man. I absolutely love them. This is a great place down here, corner of Kings Highway and Venadier, I think it's called. Just a lovely venue. Too much, man. You got to back off. The light's too much, but pan back out. There you go. Pan out more. The lighting's not good. A little bit more. Yeah, it's too bright. You gotta come over and pan on me, bud. I can't fix that right now. But I'm having a lot of fun out here, and I know people are enjoying it. We're enjoying it. Come on out, enjoy us here at the Don Brown Chevrolet. Meet some of the alumni, buy some shirts, color some pictures, do some of that. There's some great people out here. Come out and meet them. I'm going to take another short break, and then I'll be back. So stand by. Guy, the Y Blues fan saying, we'll be back after this. and Tom have done great. I hope I'm making you guys proud. Yeah, you always have. Always have. You were having us today, and I was like, well, I got to come over and say hi. Well, we got to get further. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm from here to the 30th. So yeah. After today, I'm back home. Yeah. But I've been trying to do a show. 2 more shows today. Okay. I've done a couple of them. Yeah. So I've been on there. I've taken a couple small things out of the pocket. How's the arm holding up? Good, actually, really good. I go back Tuesday. They're going to take some more X-rays to make sure I didn't slip it. And if I did, they're going to recast it. A little bit stronger than past. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think I'm doing okay with the shoulders. And we are back. I've got another special treat. I have with me Stonin the Barbarian. This is Dwight Schofield, played for the Blues in the late 80s. Thanks for joining us, bud.
Hey, thanks for having me, guy.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So what do you think of the event we're doing today? You having a good time out here?
Yeah, I am. I'm down here BSing with the rest of the alumni and BSing with you. And I don't always stay in the loop with the guys, and this is a good chance to do that. And hopefully we're helping Don out too. He's been a supporter of the alumni, so we'd like to help him out, reciprocate a little bit.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh, now I'm going to get mad because I should be driving around in that.
You know what? When I was a kid, I was obsessed with Corvettes. And for any of you who don't know, when you say that, when Guy said that, he was talking about a real nice Corvette that drove by. And I was obsessed with Corvettes. And I think every kid that was on his way to playing pro hockey wanted to get a vet when he signed his first contract. And I'll tell you, when I pulled into my first training camp with Detroit, the hotel was filled with Corvettes in the parking lot. It wasn't filled, but there was a lot of them, and a lot of them belonged to these kids that signed contracts, with the Red Wings.
Oh man, yeah, I could see that. So, what years did you play with the Blues?
I played here from '83 to '85, and then I played till '88 and a few other places.
Okay. What are some of your memories of playing? So you're an arena guy. What are some of your memories of playing in the arena?
You know what? I remember coming out onto the ice for each period, and Ernie Hayes playing. Ernie Hayes was our organist there. Yeah, playing the Budweiser song. I'm not a good singer or organ imitator, but that was really enjoyed that, and it was just the personality of the place too. I think the old buildings had a lot more personality, and I like that.
Oh yeah, the arena had personality. Had personality rats.
Oh yeah,
and all kinds of other things. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think this is a little bit of what you were talking about. St. Louis Blues March. I remember that getting played at the beginning of the game.
Right.
I've had a few guys tell me, like, coming out of the locker room, going down the runway by the bench, and they're saying they got the crowd. So back then, if you don't know, and a lot of people, when you go to the game today, you wear jerseys and that. Back then, we wore suits and ties or dress shirts and things like that. You remember?
Well, can I correct you? No, I'm not that old.
Not that old, no?
No, I think when the Solomons owned the team, okay, that was the case. I heard that people used to come out and, it was a high fashion. It was a high class event for a lot of people with money. And yes, I heard they had suits and all that stuff. But when I was there in 83 to 85, Harry Ernest had just bought the team. And I think the people were up there were just a little more down to earth.
Down to earth.
Yeah.
Well, if you watch the 86 Monday Night Miracle,
Yeah.
you don't see a lot of jerseys in the crowd.
Oh, no.
It's a lot of, I don't want to say suits in that, but people are dressed up.
Right.
They were going to an event and they knew it.
Yeah.
But and then you go in there and you've got, the Blues March, or when the Blues go marching in getting played. Does that, when you hear that, does that still give you goosebumps?
Okay, I don't want to be hard to get along with and give you a hard time, but that's not the song I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the Budweiser song.
Yeah.
That's what he used to play when we came out.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and that's what I really get into. And,
Okay, no.
I didn't hear that much of the Blues March.
Oh,
No.
Oh, no. Because I've had a few of them tell me that when they would come out and when the Blues Go Marching In was being played, or when the crowd was singing it, they could just, like, the chills. I remember the building. I used to sit there a lot. I went there a lot. It's where the only time I met Brett Hull and Adam Oates. I have a puck signed by them from the 75th anniversary game.
Cool.
So, what else? What? Now, where are you originally from, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm from Boston.
From Boston?
Yes, sir. Yep.
I got a Bostonite that comes out and living in St. Louis.
Yep.
What brings you guys? I've actually done some research on this. We have more former NHLers living in St. Louis than any other city in the U.S. Not Canada, obviously, but in U.S. What is it about St. Louis that gets you guys to keep coming back here?
Well, I think, for me personally, it's because, like, I wouldn't go home to Boston now because I left home when I was in 9th grade to go away to play hockey. And so I lost contact with all my friends leaving at that early age. And so I don't know anybody back in Boston anymore. And of course, playing here for 2 years, I know a bunch of people. So I think you're going to want to live where you know more people. That's where you're going to feel at home. But I think as a rule for everybody else, and a little bit myself included, St. Louis is just a good city. It's the right size. It's big enough so there's a lot going on, but it's not too big so you can't get around.
Yeah, well, you seen that Jeep over there?
Yeah, that's the first thing I saw when I drove by here.
That's the Jeep that actually started all of this.
Really?
Right? That's how I met Tom, and that's how we got everything started, was from that Jeep, and I'm glad he was able to get it here today.
That is pretty nice. That's really nice.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on the Fan Report, and maybe I'll try during the season. We'll try and get you, because I do live pregame and postgame shows and intermission shows. So maybe we'll try and get you on an intermission show. You can take one of my cards there and give me a call. And Mike's a good friend of mine, so I've seen you and him talking. So you can't be that bad of a guy.
Okay, man.
And at the camp, don't take me too bad.
Well, you get that cast on, so I'll feel sorry for you.
Hey, at least I did it playing hockey.
Yeah,
I did it with the Warriors.
What happened?
I was playing with the Warriors or practice,
Yeah.
and after a drill, I seen a puck sitting right behind the net, so I tried to pop it in the net and lost my balance and fell right on my wrist.
Oh man, that's terrible. All right, well, I'll go easy on you.
Okay. Well, thank you, sir. You go get something to eat, and we'll talk to you later. Have a great day, man. Thank you, sir. See, we're having a great time out here at Don Brown Chevrolet, talking with different alumni. I know Jim Campbell's going to be coming on soon, and I got a question to ask Soupy. This is going to be a good one. Everybody loves Soup. I've had so many friends coming up to me today. It's great. This is what it's all about. You guys have done a great job. How you doing out there, Pam? Good. I had a couple tacos earlier. Right? Why don't you come sit down for a few minutes? Right? I'm sorry. I gotta embarrass her a little bit. All right. Come on and sit down, Pam. This is Pam, and I'll make sure I say your last name. Geis. Geese. Heights. Okay. So there's your headset there for you, and if you could speak to the microphone. So this is Pam Heights. She is in charge of the special events at Don Brown Chevrolet. And when I first brought this up to Tom, Tom had me get in contact with you, and you just jumped on this event so quick. All right, you didn't question me, you didn't question anything. You just wanted to let's go. So, what's this event mean to you now that you see it put together after months of planning?
Outstanding what you've done, and after meeting you in person, finally, we've had many phone conversations. Yeah. But after I read the story that you did about Haley and her family, how could you not jump right in?
Yeah, no, I appreciate this. It's been a great day. It's not gotten the traffic we wanted. And, that's, to me, I felt if it was one person or 10,000, as long as we came out here and we showed the family the love that they need, because what they've gone through in the last 2 years is, no one imagines that, right?
Well, and for you to come all the way from Hawaii to do this, and just the awareness that you've spread, I think will just not only have value today, but it'll have value for years to come.
Well, I appreciate that, and thank you for setting up the tent and all this stuff for our vendors. All our vendors showed, which is great,
Yeah,
So
thank you to all the vendors.
Yeah, the vendors have done a great job. And then I had the dogs for our Brave. And one of them, Captain, he went right to me. He figured out what was going on. He's like, okay, this dude needs me. He's been talking for hours. I got to help him out. So it's been great. I just want to say thank you to you and your team. You've done a great job putting this together and helping me put it together. When you do an event like this, people don't realize what goes on behind the scenes and all the stuff and all the aggravation and all the, this can't happen or that can't happen and all these things. And your team, every time we had a hiccup, was ready.
Thank you. Here it was really your conviction, guy.
Oh.
Let's face it, that did this. So we're here to support you, and we're so glad that you came.
Well, I just want to say thank you, and thank you to Don Brown Chevrolet. And I'm not, believe it or not, I'm not getting paid anything to do this. You're not advertising on my site yet. If any advertising is free, but I would buy a car from here just for what you guys have done.
Awesome.
Right? So, yeah. So, that's the type of place. Come on, check this place out. And like I said, I went to school at Wade over here. My high school is now at Southwest in JROTC, which was down in Cleveland. So this is where, I grew up my high school years in the mid 80s. So to be here and to be doing something this fun, I almost have no words.
Right. And when I met the family today as well, it just really brought me to tears what the family's been through.
Yeah.
Just for you to do what you're doing is amazing.
Well, thank you so much, Pam. And you have a great day, and hopefully takedown won't be that bad.
No, it'll be fine.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me on the Bluenote Fan Report. Hey guys, we're just having fun out here. We're talking to everybody. We're getting it. I got to tell you, I know there's something special supposed to be happening. So we're right about 2:30 or so. So if you're on and if you're watching and if you want to try and get bid on one of these things. So I have the wreath. The wreath right now is at $50 and the hat is at $75. My Layla bobblehead is at $53 and the mask is at $500. But the mask I'm not going to auction off today because of YouTube. I'm going to hold off and I'm going to talk to Campbell. I'm going to talk to Soup. Hey, Soupy, are you around, bud? If you're around, you don't have to come on camera, but can you come over by the Jeep? I want to ask you a question. Right? If anybody sees Soup, telling me I'd like him to come over by the Blues Jeep so I can ask him a question there. And now my mic wants to play games with me. Fun. Man, this is just great. We got great shirts. We got great cups. The cup I've been drinking out of, this alumni cup, man. Come get it. Right? And it's also going to be on my show On my store, I gotta adjust the price a little bit because it got messed up, but we'll fix it. They're $30. Come out, get a cup. Come join us at Don Brown Chevrolet. We'll be here for about another hour. This is great, and not only that, KMOV TV Channel 4. I think it's still KMOV TV. There he is. There's Soup. Well, hey, Soupy, I got a question to ask you, bud. Grab the mic there for a second.
Yep.
So I got banned on Facebook. So yeah, I got you. And here's the headset if you want. So I got banned on Facebook, and my show's not getting out where I really want. And that's, that crap happens. But what I'd like to do, now I've been out at your place twice now in Clayton.
Yep. John P. Fields.
And JP Fields in Clayton. And I think they've loved me out there so far.
They do. Staff loved you.
Okay, so I'd like to come on Thursday again and do the auction for that mask.
I think it's a great idea.
Right? What do you think? Let me grab that mask real quick.
That's a great idea.
So right now, this mask is sitting at $500, and I'm not nothing against the person that bid $500 for it.
Yep.
I really appreciate that, but I think it's worth a little bit more.
Probably. How much is it worth, you think?
I was donated,
Yeah.
but I'd say that's probably a $1,200 to $1,500 mask.
I like
Right? Because it's not a wall hanger. This is, I think it's a wearable, usable mask.
Yeah.
Right? And I also, the one thing that's not on it now that will be on it is Ed's signature.
Perfect.
Ed's going to sign this for us. Make sure I think I'm losing your. Can you give me another quick mic test?
Check.
There we go.
One,
We're
two,
good. We're
mic
good.
Check.
There we go. So what I want to do, I want to do 2 shows. I want to do one on Tuesday. Come out, do another, just set up, do a show on Tuesday, and then promote this on Thursday. I want to do the auction, a live auction for this mask.
Sounds good to me.
You're good with that?
Yeah.
Right?
Do it right from the fields. Easy.
Oh, great, man. So
Thursday night's pretty crowded. You were in there, so
Yeah.
there'll be some people in there.
yeah, that was pretty good. And I think,
Do you have it on the internet and Facebook and everything?
well, I did, but Facebook's got me banned, so I can't put it back up. So my ban ends Sunday night.
Oh, okay, good.
So I'll have it back up. And what I'll probably do is, I think you guys will protect it. I'll take this down and put a sign up on it that you can win this this mask will be auctioned off.
So from Tuesday to Thursday, people can see it.
Well, yeah, we'll hang it, and we'll keep the silent auction going.
Yep.
I'll bring the silent auction. We'll keep that going, and then we'll start the bid.
Pick it up where they're at.
And we'll start the bid at where the silent auction is, and we'll go from there. What do you think?
Great idea.
Right now, we've been talking, like you and me have been on the phone a lot, right?
Yeah.
And we finally get to meet. So hopefully I'm not a disappointment to you.
No, you're great. I think
Right.
it's awesome what you do.
Right. So are you enjoying yourself out here today?
Not too bad. Don Brown is an awesome guy. I mean, he's got tons of cars down here. He's helped support us as alumni. And
Which one were you checking out? I was told you were checking a car out.
I was looking at the Silverado.
Yeah.
I like a pickup truck. I got a Silverado, and I just need a new one, I think.
Well, while you're doing that, you can pick me up the yellow one.
Oh, the yellow Corvette?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice car, too.
Right. I'm sure you can. That's a drop in the bucket for you, buddy.
No. That's a lot of cheeseburgers I got to sell.
Yeah. Well, you're doing good. I got to tell you, your pretzels and the raviolis are amazing.
Thank you very much.
They're amazing. I'm hoping you're going to tell me. You're telling me offline that I just get them out of a box and throw them in. But
No. The secret recipe is almost everything over there.
oh yeah. So no, the food there is really good and it's reasonable.
Thank you.
It's reasonable. I paid the first night. I didn't the second night. So.
Happy hour is good, too.
Oh yeah, right. And the crowds have been good. Been a lot of people in there and that. Come out for the show now that I also got my mics or the out 6. So now I will be on your speaker system. So that'll be good. So come out on Tuesday for a show at Soup's Place, and I call it Soup's Place. It's JP Fields. I love your logo. I really do, and I'm going to try and get that logo put out a little bit more.
Please do.
Right.
Spread it
His
everywhere.
logo is the NHL shield.
Or the NHL shield is my logo.
Yeah.
Which one came first?
Yeah,
I'm not sure yet.
with JPF, and I love it. I think it's pretty cool, man. Almost as good as my Bluenote Fan Report logo.
No, that's a good.
Have you seen my T-shirts?
No, where are they?
Hey, can somebody bring me over one of my T-shirts?
Oh, it's windy out here now.
Yep, yeah, man. Well, actually, it's nice to get cool. There we go.
Oh, here it comes.
Yeah, here comes one. Oh no, that's an arena shirt.
That's a Zuke. That's a Zuke product.
Yeah, that's an arena shirt. One of mine. Bluenote Fan Report shirt. There we go. Now I want to know. So the other thing, I want to know if I can sell my stuff on at your place on Tuesday and Thursday.
No problem.
All right, you okay with that?
Yep.
All right, now that I got him from Zuke, I got to make some money because I owe Zuke a bunch of money. What do you think of that logo, bud?
Pretty good. I like
All right,
it.
yeah. So I got to ask you, when did you play for the Blues? How long did you play for the Blues?
I was here 96 to 2000.
90. Oh, so you were here. So actually, you might. Well, no, that would have missed. You didn't. Were you on the team that went to the conference finals?
That was 2001, I think.
Yeah, just after that. Yeah, I was talking to Reed about that. Yeah, I was. So I told him a story. I said it's my fault. I always blame myself that they lost that.
Why is that?
Because I was at that time I was on the ship USS Gary, and we were on a deployment, and I was following them really hard. And when just because it could have been so long since they made the finals, I had one of the chiefs I knew that kept a humidor with cigars in it. Give me a nice cigar, and I went out and smoked that cigar.
Premature.
Because they made the conference finals.
Right.
Well, first of all, this was such a premium cigar. You know, one of them that you really got to know how to smoke.
Yep.
I didn't know how to smoke it. It got me sick as a dog. And then, you know, it was premature, so they lost. So I didn't do anything until they won the cup. And then I drank a 5-year-old bottle of cheap Corbeil champagne that got me sick as a dog.
Well, that's telling you something. If they keep winning, you'll keep getting sick.
Oh, yeah. So I'll take that left, right, and center. What's some of your favorite memories when you were here?
It's just playing in all different arenas. Playing here in St. Louis was awesome. The fans are great. I think it was 98. We swept the Kings in 4.
Yeah.
And then we went on to lose to Detroit in 6, and they went on to win back-to-back cups. That year, we should have won the cup there, too.
Yeah.
But it was awesome being around in St. Louis. Like I said, the fans in St. Louis are great people. So just made a lot of good friends here and ended up staying here. It was a nice town to play in.
Favorite Blue you never played with?
Never played with? Plager easily.
Easily?
Yeah.
Right?
Plager was good, but there's a lot of them. Our alumni association, great guys. Perry Turnbull is awesome.
Yeah.
Zuke, Pates, Wire you had on earlier. I mean, we still do a lot of stuff. We a lot of those guys we actually traveled to Alaska with the fishing trip and a hockey camp up there. And I mean, they're all awesome guys.
No, they are. And they've embraced me, right? And I got to tell you, I'm flabbergasted. Right, I'm a nobody. I'm an absolute nobody. I started a podcast 3 years ago because I was going through a rough time, and this was my therapy. And I never expected it to be where it's at now. And you guys like jumped on me. Bruce did, and I mean, all you guys are coming on. I get to go on the alumni camp. I'm going to cover it, you know, and that. Somebody's checking me into the ice. I'm sorry. Somebody's checking me.
You gonna play with a broken arm?
I'm not going to play, but I'm going to skate. So I'm going to go like for a warm up or that. I talked to so real funny. So I went to first of all, I was supposed to have an appointment on Friday, but they changed it to Tuesday and didn't tell me.
Oh, brutal.
And I had that crappy cast on, right?
I saw that picture,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And it wasn't fitting right. And you remember my fingers, how swelled up they were? Yeah. So I finally called him and said, no, I'm getting seen today. I can't handle this anymore. So I went and seen this little bitty doctor, you know, and he's laughing at me. Oh no, we've been following it. And I go, well, I broke it playing hockey. It's damn hockey players, right? He was telling me a story. It was in the 90s, and it was one of the French Canadian guys. I think it was Bouillever, right? He had gotten cut like a good 3-inch, 4-inch cut. Wouldn't take anesthetic, just got 17 stitches right there. Turned around and went back on the ice.
Crazy, tough.
And so the whole time I've got this done, like the nurses are going, we're going to give you this. I was like, no, you're not. You're not. Like they tried to give me Percocet. Well, Percocet makes me really, really aware, super aware, hyper aware. Yeah. And like I can hear ants crawling around. You know, that's how aware we are. Right. So I only got one, but then they go, before they set it, they start pumping me up with a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, what are you doing to me?
Yeah. Why not take it? If you're not going to go back and play, you may as well relax and have no pain.
I wanted to go back and play. I was sitting there after they broke. I didn't cry.
Well, broken arm is tough to come back
from. Oh, I know, but I'm sitting there when they're telling me, "Oh no, you can't skate." I had tears in my eyes because of the alumni camp, right?
Yeah, it was coming up.
That's why I'm here, and I had tears in my eyes and not being with the Warriors. And then when Doc, after he put this on, he says, you know what? I think after Tuesday, if that's set good, you can skate.
Perfect.
Oh man, yeah. I'll just skate. I'll get out there and just make a fool of myself again.
Well, just skating around and getting out with the guys is just as good too. The warm-ups is pretty cool.
Yeah. So I know Unger's coming, and he's a big fan of mine, and I'm a fan of his.
He's another awesome guy.
Yeah.
Earlier. He's very nice.
Right. Who in the alumni that I haven't had on the show, or who in the alumni do you think I should pursue and get on my show?
That's going to be around in town for the weekend.
Doesn't matter in town and for the weekend, or just somebody that I got to really like push guys to get to. I'm like, obviously Hull. Everyone knows that I want Hull. He's here in town and he couldn't show up for me.
This is a tough one. It's be hard to get, but you'd love to have him on the show. Mark Bergevin.
Oh, I die to have Bergevin.
Montreal Canadiens general manager.
Yeah.
A really nice, funny guy.
Yep. Actually, see, I don't want to get into politics, but what the Canadian fans did was so wrong right now.
What are they doing? I don't know.
Okay, so do you know who Dusty Emu is?
No.
Dusty Emu's a Japanese Canadian goalie.
Okay.
Never, minor leaguer coach now. Yeah. He got hired by Toronto to play to coach the Marlies.
Okay.
A bunch of Canadian fans found some tweets he liked about the Capitol insurrection and some conservative tweets. Yeah. He didn't tweet it out. He just liked it. Right. So they made a big deal out of it, and Toronto ended up letting him go. Brutal. Yeah, I know. And talk about a rivalry there. The rivalry's so brutal that they made a coach from a minor league team go away.
Yeah, that's tough.
Right.
During that rivalry, remember all the Carey Price stuff when?
Oh yeah.
I thought Seattle should have taken them from Montreal and traded them to Toronto.
Oh, that would have been a good one.
That would have been a good one, right?
That would have been a good one.
Just we knocked them out last year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then they got to turn around and play them probably next year in the playoffs and be playing against Carey Price in Toronto. Because Kraken could have used a couple of those Toronto guys.
I'm looking forward to what the Kraken are going to do this year, because I think everyone thinks they're going to be a carbon copy of the Knights, but they're not.
Not even close.
They're not making the playoffs because they went for a youth movement. The Knights looked at now, not 5 years from now, when.
But now is now, and now can be forever too.
Here's what I think's going to happen with the Knights, and I think you're going to start seeing this. They're going to start losing, and their fans don't know what a losing season is. Right. So when they hit that 4 and 5 year mark with that losing season, fans are going to bolt.
I don't know. They got the money too, so they can hit some free agents.
Yeah.
If they like the GM. You've already seen how good he is.
Yeah.
What he did in the first year. He can pull off some good trades and bring in some fresh meat and spend some good money.
Petrangelo's contract is going to be an anchor.
That's a tricky one.
That's going to be an anchor, and that's why I think that they're gonna have a tough year or two here coming up. And those fans don't know how to handle it.
No, they want win. They want wins.
Well, Seattle, they're saying we're going to have tough years now. So in 5 years, they're going to be ready for it. So when we're ready to win, you're going to be jumping all ready for it. That's what I think is going to happen.
Only time will tell. We'll see what happens. 10 years from now, we'll have another talk. See you, John Bach, on the radio with John Bach. But we'll see what happens.
Right. Well, hey, man, thanks for coming by. Great time. And so I am good to go Tuesday and Thursday.
Tuesday and Thursday, we'll do the mass thing. We'll sell it up. See what we can do.
Are you going to be able to show up to Thursday?
I'm going to try my best.
Okay. Well, that's what you told me last time you did another event.
I know I got events going. If there's conflicts, I gotta pick and choose. But
yeah. Oh no, that's
your
fine.
Turn this time. Probably.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it, man, and thank you for coming out. And it was so good to see you at the alumni skate.
Yeah, it was fun.
I got in trouble too, by the way.
Why?
Because I don't know if it was one of the coaches, one of the workers, come and yelled at me and says you can't be on the bench.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, I invited
you.
I know you invited me on the bench.
It Lance? Hopefully Lance is listening right now.
I don't know. It might have been.
We needed a coach that morning.
Yeah, maybe it's because I didn't have a helmet on or anything. I don't know. But he told me I couldn't be on the bench. And I said I was invited on the bench.
Yes, that's true.
Right? Because Bruce has invited me into the locker room now. Yep. And like the door was open and, I probably could have walked in and it'd been okay. I'm not walking in them doors unless somebody invites me.
Proper etiquette.
Right? That's how I was.
Respect.
Yeah. And what's it say on that door?
That's right. You read
a privilege.
Yep.
Right? Now, I got part of the privilege.
You're starting to earn it.
Yeah. And I have my own Bluenote now.
I like that.
Right? You seen my Warrior jersey.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So I have my own Bluenote. So I'm getting closer. But no, and I respect you guys. And I respect everything that you guys do. And thank you so much for coming out today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Jim. This is Jim Campbell, also known as Soup. Joining us today, got his own couple restaurants.
John P. Fields in Clayton, J.P. Fields West in Des Peres, and the Geyer Inn in Kirkwood, the world famous Geyer Inn in Kirkwood.
Well, actually, I do. I know it's a small place, but before I leave, I think I'd like to do a small show out there and do something. Yeah, well, let's see what I can. Tuesday. Oh, yeah, let's see. That might work, bud. That might. Okay, thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you later. So there we go. So that's how we're going to handle the mask. We're going to be giving it away on. We're going to be auctioning it off on Thursday. I've just had Campbell on. We're getting down to that point. It's about 2:15. I got told that there's something special that the Don Brown wanted to do. So I think now I got some people starting to watch me. Let me go. Stand by. I'm going to be right back. I think Don Brown has something that they want to do. So stand by. Okay, everybody. I'm kind of going to be hard for me to do this. I'm not sure. Can you kind of keep an eye on the camera there, and make sure? So if I could, I'd like to get everybody to come gather around the tent. Don Brown told me that they wanted to do something. I don't completely know what's going on, but they asked me to kind of gather everybody around, including the family. But oh, here he is. Joe came back. He loves me, right? Oh yeah, bring Haley in here. All right, bring Haley in here. Please come gather around. And we got Tom Figdetti going to come up. Oh, that's my boy. Hey, Captain, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Captain, can you come here? Can you come to me, Captain? All right, hi, buddy. How you doing? Yeah, great. When I was interviewing him, he felt my anxiety and came right up to me, put his nose right in my chest, didn't he? He got it, and then he made me pet him a couple of times. He knew what I was going through. Let me get your paw there, buddy. But I think that. So I got. I think everybody's just about around here. Nola, how you doing today? Lynn, did you have a good day with your paintings? Oh, very good. Thank you so much. For everybody that came out today, I want to say thank you so much. This meant so much. The painters, I've seen some of your work. Amazing. Amazing. I might have to come see you before I go to the alumni camp next week and have you put a big old Bluenote on my face. Right? I think that would be really cool. I'll show up to the alumni camp with a Bluenote on my face. So I'm waiting on Tom. He should be out here very shortly. This has been a wonderful event, guys. Through all the difficulties and all the problems and all of that, we have done a lot. I've had a couple of I had 2 PH patients on. The former player told us, and my mind's blank, about his wife just getting diagnosed with it and how great it was to come out. This has been so much fun. So the one thing that I'm going to do, the mask. I want to make sure that we get as much for this as possible. So what we're going to do with this mask, we're not going to auction it off today because I want to do it while I'm on Facebook and we can do it. On Thursday at JP Fields in Clayton, we're going to hold the auction for this. It's going to go to JP Fields on Tuesday. We're going to put it up. We're going to have the keep the silent auction going. And we'll go from there on the silent auction. This thing is beautiful, and it will be signed by Ed Stanowski. I'll promise you that. I back my word. He's already told me he'll sign it. We'll get it signed and then sent to you. This is not a wall hanger. This is a dead-on real mask. Well, I got Don Brown and Tom Finetti coming out, so stand by. E, make sure we got him in the camera really good. Tom, thank you so much. Is this Mr. Don? I thank you, sir, from the bottom of my heart. When I brought this up to Tom, I really thought he was going to tell me to pack sand, but I know you jumped on this immediately, and I appreciate it, sir. I remember watching your father on the commercials. I'm a little older, so I remember that. I will never forget that Don Brown's at the entrance to the hill. So, sir, thank you so much. Would you like the mic, sir?
So, do I have to press anything? Am I good? Oh, no, I'm good. So, first of all, we here at Don Brown are very happy to have been able to do this for the York family. It is, and like I told Guy when we first started talking about this is not about selling cars, putting on a promotion or anything like this. This is to help a family with something that was devastating that happened to them. So, on behalf of Don Brown Chevrolet, we would like to donate to you $2,000 to your cause. And we look forward to doing this in the future with you folks. And anything that you guys ever need from us, please feel free to reach out to us. It's our pleasure. We really enjoyed this. And God bless you guys. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for being here. It's an inspiration. There's 1,000 good causes out there. This one, I think, is an outstanding one, and we're glad to be here and help out. So,
I got to say thank you so much. And that's just going to buy. I know you're pretty close to hitting that 15 grand goal now, and I'm hoping we soar right through it. To the York family, from me, from the bottom of my heart, Joe. When you first gave me that tattoo, I had no clue what it was going to mean, but it's created a bond between your family and mine that I just say thank you so much. And I will always feel like Hay is part of it. Now, Hay had one dream, and Hay wanted to be a YouTuber. If you don't mind, for the rest of my show, Haley is a YouTuber. We're going to make sure that people know all about her, and we appreciate everything that she was. And I really do wish she was here for this. I wish that we could have her here. But like I told you when I wrote that article, she wrote that article, so I know she's here today. So I want to thank everybody for coming out. We got about 30 minutes left. Oh, there goes Hay. See, she's telling me, stop talking so I can talk. So enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you so much for everyone for coming out. This is Guy the Wild Blues fan saying aloha, mahalo, and I cannot wait to see you again on another Bluenote Fan Report. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Hold on. Oh, you didn't hear about this yet, right? Oh, I got that way too high. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. I'm a member of the Warrior Hockey.
Do I need to be up at the mic here?
Yeah. Unfortunately, member of Warrior Hockey, and I broke it playing hockey with the Warriors. So hey, everybody! What a special
Over at
guest I got.
Centene?
Yeah, over at Centene. So I did it last Saturday. I snapped my wrist in half before I get to play with the Warriors. All right, I have a special guest with me today. I have, bring the camera in a little bit, bud. No, the whole camera. So I have with me Jim Thomas from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Jim, welcome.
Good to be here. Nice warm day. Glad you've got a little cover.
Yeah, a little covering. I've been doing the show a while. I don't know if you've caught it live or not. What do you think about what I got right in front of you?
Where's that from? I saw that on Twitter.
That is that's a replica of the mask Ed Stanowski wore for the Blues, right?
I think the technology has picked up since he played, right?
Yes.
It doesn't look like the most high-tech. I don't know if this would protect one of those 105-mile-an-hour.
Well, that's not a wall hanger. I know that's a usable mask from that era. So it is.
Wow.
It's a great mask. We're gonna auction that off. Well, we were trying to auction off here, but because of me and Facebook, we're gonna auction off on Saturday at JP Fields.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I know you were on vacation and you've been tweeting some stuff about soccer, I think, right, or football.
Well, I've been all around. I was in El Paso visiting my oldest son, who's stationed down there at Fort Bliss, which recently has picked up some Afghan refugees.
Yeah.
So he's down there, and I was lucky enough to see him promoted. He's now a major.
Oh, nice,
in the Army, and so I'm very proud of him. And so we went out to see a USL game, which was the same level. It's right below MLS, the same level that St. Louis FC played in just a
give me
year or so ago.
Yeah, give me a second. I got to deal with the camera real quick, Jim. I'll be right back.
Okay, well, I'll just keep talking. So I was down in El Paso, got back Sunday, and then last night I went to see just a football fan. Went not far from here, just up the road, Kings Highway, to see St. Louis University High play MICDS, Mary Institute Country Day, in football. My good friend of mine from my football days, Mike Jones, was there. He's the coach of St. Louis High.
Is that the world famous Mike Jones of the tackle?
Of the tackle, and it was a great game. Packed house. High school football is fun here. It's big. It's big in St. Louis, not Texas or Oklahoma or anything, but it's very big here. So it was a fun game. So I've been trying to have a little fun.
Yep. Are you ready for hockey season?
Not quite yet. I will be once September rolls.
Yeah, no,
I still have about 10 more days of time off.
No,
but looking forward to it.
I'm actually ready for it. I'm ready for it.
You're always ready for it. Yeah, you'd be ready for it in June, July, whatever the month is. I did a story on Ed Stanowski during the pandemic.
Yeah,
we did these, and I'm sure you're familiar with kind of the Where Are They Now?
Yeah.
On the Blues, and did a story on Saturday Night Eddie is what they called him, because when he was with the Blues, he was mainly the backup, but it seemed like he would start once a week on Saturday, and he had a very good record.
Oh yeah, he was. Ed was one of those guys that he. So I had him on the show, and he told this joke, and I almost lost it when he said it. He had retired. He's in OCS, right? And his drill sergeant comes up to him and says, "Stanowski, you're the most uncoordinated piece of you know what." And Ed said, he thought in my mind was, "Oh, did you see my last game?"
Yeah. I've heard that story. It's pretty funny. Yeah, he went into a long
29 years
post-military, post-hockey career in the Canadian military, serving all over the world. It's fun to talk to those old
well, now that I got an insider, I got to ask this. Now I know what I think about Tarasenko. I want to know from you what you know, what you can tell us, what you think's going to happen with Tarasenko.
Well, they're still trying to move him. Here's the thing: despite all this hemming and hawing, all this enmity, I would say, that's been stirred up by his agent. no market has developed for Tarasenko. I mean, I know that for a fact, and they're just not getting any calls. And the thing is, when you have a guy who's had 3 shoulder surgeries, who's making $7.5 million, who scored only 10 goals in the last 2 seasons, you're not going to have much of a market. Not to mention that he's thrown the medical staff of the Blues under the bus. He complained about not being named the captain. So besides all of that, if you're a team that's interested in trading, you might get a guy that's going to pout a little bit if things aren't going his way. So I don't know. I mean, camp isn't that far away. I'm thinking maybe he's going to show up to camp.
I think he has to. I don't think there's. To me, first of all, even when all this came up, I felt like something didn't. What's that old something stinks in Denmark? It just felt like, I don't know. Just there was too many things. The narrative didn't sound right to me. You being a writer, you know all about that. So I've always said I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's going to have to stay here, play here, and if he plays well, then maybe something develops. But until he does that, I don't think because you can't trade him for a 6th-round pick.
Well, I guess you can, but here's the thing. Doug Armstrong doesn't want to give up salary, retain salary for another team to take him. It's like you're paying money to get rid of this guy. Now, maybe he does as a last resort, but he doesn't want to do that. He's been a guy that in his tenure, and he's starting his 2nd decade with the Blues. He's never bought out a player. That's wasted money. Salary cap money is as valuable as a player. So
yeah, I agree.
If you could find a team that would take him, and I know how strange it would sound for a 6th-round draft pick, and they took all the salary, maybe you take that. You can make a lot of things happen with $7.5 million extra in your pocket. But right now, no team is willing to do that. What should have been, Guy, the key to tell us that the market wasn't there, and I don't know, it just didn't hit me at first, was when he's made available in the expansion draft for Seattle. And the narrative was, Seattle's going to flip him, and that didn't happen. So what Seattle thought was taking Vince Dunn was, instead of Tarasenko, they thought Dunn was more valuable than Tarasenko. They also thought Dunn was more valuable than what they could have got by taking Tarasenko and flipping him in a trade. So I think that was very telling. So I thought, over my dead body, would Tarasenko be back, because he's not only burned a lot of bridges, he scorched them, but by golly, that looks like we're headed. What is today? August 28th. Camp will start around September 22nd, something around there. We're only
Actually
3.5 weeks away.
They're going to be, from what I was told, next week. Majority of the players are going to be here skating.
Well, they'll be here skating, but they'll be in
full official camp, yeah.
And it's not the official camp. And normally they come in, usually around mid to late August. They start rolling in, and more and more will roll in. But again, as in terms of the official camp, the Prospects tournament in Traverse City is September 16th through 20th, and usually just a couple days after that, camp starts. And I believe the Blues open September 25th in terms of preseason play.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Well, I see Sundqvist out there. What do you know about his injury? I mean, is he going to be ready to go?
It's an ACL, and I believe it happened in, I want to say, March. Normally ACLs are at least 7 months. So let's go April, May, June, July, August, September. So let's just say by the end of September, it'll be 6 months. So I think it'll be pushing it to have him back. Maybe he'll be back. But I would say doubtful. And for people who are wondering, how do they sign Robert Thomas and stay under the cap? With a 23-man, there's different ways to figure out the cap, but with a 23-man roster, they would have to pay Thomas only $1.5 million.
Yeah.
You think he's going to get more just based on what some of the, what Barbashev got, what Kyrou got. But one, they don't have to have 23 players on the opening day roster, but if Sundquist opens on some kind of version, IR, LTIR, then they can save that money. So there's not really as much pressure to trade Tarasenko before the start of the season, as you might think, to create that cap room. But we all know what a valuable player Sundquist is. He's really a glue player.
Yeah.
He does so much well. Underrated passer, has gotten more physical. One of their best defenders, power play guys, and he'll get your goal every now and then.
No, I think Sundquist going down was what was the biggest injury the Blues faced this year.
Well, I don't know about that, but you could make a point that you just look at and I don't know it off the top of my head, their record with him in the lineup and without him in the lineup.
Yeah,
it's a lot better with him in the lineup.
Right. So so for this season, I'm looking forward to it because somehow, some way, I got lucky and the NHL did recognize me as a media member. So that's a good thing.
Boy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I tease, I kid.
I know. You've been a great friend and to the show and to me, and I appreciate that. But I can't wait to really talk to some guys and get some of these questions out from the fans' perspective. The fan in St. Louis is by far probably one of the better fan bases for any sports.
Well, it's a great hockey market. Just a great hockey town. People talk about St. Louis as a baseball town. I say you're dead wrong. St. Louis is a great sports town.
Yeah.
And it's a very good hockey town.
Yep, and I can't wait for the MLS next season. That's going to be big.
I like the soccer. Looking forward to that 2023, and it'll be right a little bit further up from where Enterprise is. I don't know if you've been in that area.
I've been in the area. I'm staying in Soulard, so I'm in that area.
Have you driven by the?
I haven't driven by the construction site yet because I've been busy with other things. That's what I plan on doing this week. But their offices are like right near where I'm staying, so I think I might go a little pop on the door with my media credentials and see if they'll let me in.
They're very media friendly. I'm sure if they're around, they'd like to talk to you. And I can't wait. And that'll be a great addition to downtown St. Louis. I really like soccer. I was like a lot of Americans thought, it's a sport. And then my middle son of 3 sons played soccer and played it at a pretty high level locally, and you watch the games and you get an appreciation for the sport. So it'll be a good addition to the sports scene here.
Yep,
relatively soon.
Yeah, I can't wait. And actually, I mean, I don't. This is a team. I don't care whether they win or lose. I just want to see them play.
Sure.
Right.
Exactly right. And that's the true definition of being a fan. That you want to see the teams play no matter what.
Well, hey, I got to say thank you for coming on the Fan Report Media Group and the St. Louis Fan Report, Bluenote Fan Report, and all the fan reports that I got going on. Look forward to talking to some more. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate your friendship.
Hey, it's great stopping by. You've done a lot of wonderful things since I first talked to you. So it's always good seeing you. I never thought I'd see you in St. Louis. I guess you're used to the time zone, huh? That did change now. What are you about? Why is 4 or 5 hours?
5 hours behind us.
Okay. All right. Well, it's late morning.
Yeah. No. So no, I've been on the mainland for 2 weeks already. So
you're acclimated.
Yeah, I'm 3 weeks already. I'm good to go.
A pleasure being here, and it was great to see you. And take care of that wrist. Huh?
I will. Are you going to be covering? Are you guys going to cover the fantasy camp at all, or do any stories on that?
When is that? Is that coming?
That is the 9th, 10th, and 11th of September. I'm skating in it. Well, I was supposed to skate in it, but I'm going to cover it.
Yeah. Normally we don't do anything with that, but I'm not sure.
I just thought I'd ask. At least I know I'm going to cover it, so I'll send my story to you to post.
There you go.
Well, Jim, it's a pleasure, and I know I'd like to be able to call you a colleague, and I hope I can. But more than that, I'll call you a friend. So thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
Jim Thomas from the Post-Dispatch, a friend of mine, a friend of the show's, and I know a friend of yours. Well, guys, I know I said I was going to go to 3 o'clock, but it's kind of winding down here, and I've probably got about an hour worth of stuff to put away. Yes, Leo. Say again? Oh, thank you, Leo. I appreciate that. That's Haley's cousin there. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and call it a day. I think I've out-talked myself more than I've ever talked before. And it was all worth it. So thank each and every one of you for watching the Bluenote Fan Report tonight. Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, saying aloha, mahalo, and I cannot wait to see you again on the Bluenote Fan Report. Aloha! Aloha. I can't find my button. Love when that happens, don't you?